All right, team, welcome in, and thank you very much for taking the time to join us today. The point of today's webinar is to help each and every one of you build out our bulletproof portfolio or our atomic bomb-proof portfolio, depending on your capital size. So welcome in, and thank you very much for your time. My name is Dean Gallagher. I'm an investment consultant and co-founder of the system that you see on your screen today. And what we help our customers with to safely grow their capital in the safest manner possible. Okay, so real quick, folks, you're going to see my account here on the left. Okay, this is an IRA account. Okay, and we structured this account on 6/22. Okay, so 6/22, and you look until today. Okay, I had let's see here, that was oops, I'd have to go all the way back to 6. So from 6/22 until today, what you guys can see is about, let's see here, 1 2 3 4 5 6. It's exactly 29 trading days today since the day I structured this. Okay, and currently this account has grown pretty substantially. It's actually grown at the fastest rate we've seen. Okay, because we switched up our allocations a little bit, and really we have some wonderful things, folks, to show you how to safely make some money here today. Okay, and our overall profit and loss is now $104,028 over the past 29 trading days. Okay, we beat the performance of the S&P 500. That's neat and all, but really my biggest thing, guys, is I did it as safely as humanly possible. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cover what we do. Okay, we're going to see who is going to allocate what type of capital to the strategy today. And whoever wants to allocate, either 25K or 50K or 100K or a couple 100K today, okay, maybe a couple million. Okay, we will walk you guys through that process A to Z and lay that out for you so you guys can fully understand how to put this on. That way you guys can start making some nice returns. Okay, and just wanted to tap on that really quick for you guys. And real quick as well, I wanted to show you a screenshot from Ron Steger, and you're going to recognize this part of the screen. Okay, that's from Thinkorswim. Hey, guess what? This is from Thinkorswim too. And this was sent to me by a customer, however. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just clear up this annotation really quick. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here so you guys can see how much Ron made during his trial. Okay, in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you're going to see that he made $97,019.89 during his trial period. Okay, all of you guys have that same ability at this point right here and now. Okay, and guys, just real quick, this is the best results I've ever seen. Okay, during a 7-day free trial, and you guys have the exact same opportunity that Ron had to create profits for yourself as well. Okay, but if you're a little bit more gun shy, okay, hey, that's totally cool. What you guys can do is put it in a paper trading account and literally today, and say, maybe you say, okay, hey Dean, I have $150,000 on the sideline. I do really need to put it to work. I don't want inflation to basically kill $10,500 in my buying power. Let's put it to work today, at least in the paper trading account. Once I get comfortable, and I enter the trades, I see I do that with no mess ups. Let's actually go put real money behind it after. Okay, cool. Let's work through that process, guys. That's the whole point of what we're doing today. And literally, guys, raise your hand or type it in the chat box with any questions at any point. The more questions you guys have, the better value I can offer you, and the more I can help you understand what we're doing and why. Okay, and how people like Ron made $97,019.89 during a 7-day free trial, just like you all are on today. Okay. So don't be afraid, guys, on those questions. Ask them. The more you ask, the better you're going to understand what we're doing and why. Okay. So awesome. Any questions real quick? So this is my portfolio here, guys. We start with 800,000 on 6/22. We've now grown that capital by $104,000, 431. Okay, during that time. super safely. Every time the market sells off, our assets still go up because we have our bonds and we still have our precious metals positions. Okay, and they tend to go up more when the stock market sells off. Okay, so really, guys, it's just teaching you how to get into the tank. And it's really funny. I had a customer last week. His name's Frank. He initially started with the $100,000 on Monday. He allocated 100,000 behind us. From Wednesday or from Monday to Wednesday, he made about 3,000 bucks. Okay, he called me, said, Dean, man, I thought it was going to take a while to get comfortable with this whole tank thing. But he says, I'm bringing in another $400,000. Do you think that's too much? And, we talked about it, and we took a look at Frank's ecosystem, and basically, this gentleman in particular was pretty set to jet, right? Bills are covered, house is paid off. The only project he had coming up was potentially building out a house from scratch on the beach. And I said, well, hey, make sure you have your money set aside to build out the house to your specs. And yeah, I'd tell you, look, anything you have outside of that, because his bills are covered, right? He's not worried about bills for literally, decades with how he was set up. I said, I would honestly just take whatever you have that's on the sideline there, Frank, and put it to work. We might help you stave off the cost of building your house, and who knows, by the time you get it built, we may be able to help you with the huge down payment with your profits. And he said, yeah, you know what, Dean, that's a great idea. And, I hate the fact that he had exactly $500,000 in cash, right, sitting in a trading account that wasn't being used. He understood he was going backwards 35 G's a year because of inflation. He put his money to work, and he actually just texted me yesterday morning. He's already made $8,000 in the span of a week. Right. So not too bad, guys. Really not too bad. And he's scaled up a little bit. Hey, Galaxy A20, I see your hands up. How can I help you with the question? All right. And Galaxy, if you scroll down to this part of your page here, you're going to get a gray bar that pops up on the bottom left-hand corner. You can click on the microphone icon, and you can ask any question you have here live. Okay. So let's go ahead and unmute your microphone, Galaxy. Would love to hear from you, see what questions you have. And anyone else has questions, Bobby, Bull, Derek, Dorothy, Gary, Hazel, let's see here, John Naduzi, Kwame, Lyndon Ferguson. Let's see here, we have Mark Essen, we have Marcus, we have Mini PC, we have Natalia, we have Pat and Emily. Very cool, Pat and Emily. Very cool to see a team join us here today, a partner team or husband and wife. Very cool to see that. We have Patrick in here. We have Patrick Shepard. We have Rose. We have Rudy Cruz. And Rudy Cruz, first time I've seen you in here, so thank you for taking the time to join us. We have a Samsung, which I don't know who that is because it's just showing your cell phone. I have a Thomas B, a Tim, a Tom Sexton, Tony, and Udo all in the live presentation here. So thank you all so much for taking the time to join us here. Please, guys, stop me at any point. Hey, Galaxy, let's see what questions you have for me, bud. And Galaxy A20, where are you calling in from today? Hello? So yeah, Galaxy A20, if you want to go ahead and raise your microphone's unmuted. If you have any questions, you can actually just speak live, and we can hear you in the webinar here, and we can address those questions for you. So very cool, guys. 31 people in here live, so appreciate your time. And just jump in with any questions you guys have at any point. Okay. In Galaxy, did you have a question you wanted to address live here real quick, or you may have hit the raise your hand button on accident, I think maybe. Okay, yeah. Oh, hey, how's it going? All right, guys, and I think she's kind of trying to figure out the microphone and that type of stuff. But really cool. So we're going to walk over what we do for you guys and your ability to make a little money with us, just as Ron did by making $97,000 during his trial period. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start up the official presentation here, guys. And please just jump in if you have any questions. And I'm just going to go back to the beginning here. Okay, if you don't have my cell phone number yet, and you have any questions before you sign up, just call me, guys. 505-322-7515. Okay, and also if you if you're looking to get set up today, just save Victor's number too. Okay, because he's going to be your dedicated support specialist. That'll be one less step later on today, and you'll already have your support specialist number in your phone to access if you do have any questions along the way, or if you're missing a webinar link or a text message or an email, anything like that. Feel free to just give Victor a call. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. So welcome and thank you for taking the time to join the investment webinar today. Please ask questions along the way. We truly appreciate your time and attention to show you how boring successful trading can be when you actually have the right strategy. Okay, guys, want to cover the mission of our company for you as clients. Okay, and this is from literally the bottom of our hearts, guys, and we really look forward to showing you how all this all works. Okay, but first off and foremost, we want to engineer and build the safest growth for your hard-earned nest egg. Okay, number two, we want to educate you on how the central bank controls the market and attach your capital to it. Number three, we want to answer any and all questions you have about our portfolios in your exclusive live webinar interaction. Okay, and it's really neat, team. The differentiation of our company, number one, we're going to put you in a safer place that's going to grow your money faster than anything else I've found. Okay, but really, guys, number two, this is the neatest thing, because you're never going to get the education that we're going to give you from a financial advisor or from a hedge fund. It simply does not exist. Okay, guys, nor are you going to have the access level and the ability to communicate that you're going to have with us. Okay, and depending on the level of service that you join with us, okay, you'll have literally between 2 hours to 10 hours a week of live scenarios you can ask us questions with directly. Okay, and hey, look, we're going to give you another 2 hours of our time today to ask questions as well. So don't hold back those questions, guys. The more questions you have, the better you're going to understand what we're doing, the faster you're going to put your money in a safer manner to deliver really, really nice profits for the questions you have. Ooh, I'm getting a little feedback there. Okay, cool. There we go. Yeah, it's all gone. And really, guys, we want to answer any and all questions that you have. Okay. So real quick, folks, you all are all on a trial here. Okay. And so that's why we've invited you in here. So many of our members make the cost of our membership or more in a few weeks, and our trading plan takes less than 2 minutes to execute at noon Eastern, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. My challenge to you is to see how much money you can make over the trial. And I want to ask you, is there a better way to build trust? Look, I have not found one, guys, but if you think of one, please show me. And once again, I'm going to brag about one of our clients here, Ron Steger, because he made $97,019.89 during his 7-day free trial. He had the same level of access you do today. Okay, so I want to tell you, look, guys, there is massive value in your trial. Okay, just for Ron in that 7-day span, it was good for 97 grand. Okay, Ron has a hell of a lot more capital behind us now than he did previously. Okay, but hey, Ron was in there asking a lot of questions during his trial, right? And hey, Ron was our top performing trial student, so I would mimic what Ron's doing, right, and ask some questions, guys, during your trial. Okay, let's see here. Bull said, "Hi guys, thank you for the opportunity. I'm wondering if I can start an account very small with 2,500 bucks." Yeah, what you can do, Bull, is I would absolutely recommend going to the buy and hold program. Okay, and let me just show you what that looks like here. Okay, let me go to the trade alert from the other day. Okay, and I'm going to show you exactly what you can build out today. And you could use 2,200 bucks roughly to get it built out today. Okay. But this is what we're recommending for our buy and hold clients, guys. And anyone, if you have under $25,000, okay, this is what you can build with us today to start growing your money in the safest manner possible. Okay. Now, it's pretty neat the way it's designed. Okay. You're going to have basically, the majority of your capital in UPRO. Okay. And that's the S&P 500 with a 3x leverage factor. Okay. And especially if you're starting with less than 25K, you probably want to get some leverage, right? So this is really smart. And you have 500 companies here. So ultimate diversification by owning this one asset to be net long here. Okay. You're also going to have a little bit smaller portion of your capital allocated to bonds. Okay. And the Fed is supporting the bond market and they're supporting the stock market. And because they're printing money at record pace, they're telling you to own precious metals. Okay. So great question, Bull. So for what you could do is you could build 2 tranches of this. So it'd be, and I'm going to type this out for you here, Bull, in the chat box. Okay. So for Bull, so I'm just going to say Bull's allocation. Okay. It's going to be 20 shares of UPRO. Okay. And then you're going to have 20 shares TMF. And then also you're going to have 10 shares of SLV. And once you have that built, Bull, you are set to jet. Okay. And as you can see, right, that's going to be per 1,100 bucks. So if you had 2,500 to put to work today, that's the safest way to put your 2,500 bucks to work. Okay. Okay. I see Nina had a question and has her hand raised. Go ahead, Nina. Okay, Nina, and if you scroll down to this part of the screen here on either your phone or your tablet or your computer, okay, what you're going to see is a gray bar that will pop up. Once the gray bar pops up, there's a microphone icon in the bottom left-hand corner. Once you tap on that, Nina, you can actually ask your questions here live. And Bull, it's my absolute pleasure, bud. Yep, my pleasure. And do you see that in the chat box there, Bull? And I'm going to call everyone's attention to the chat box there, just because that way we can, you guys can see. And if you guys want, we're happy to build out those share allocations for you here live. Awesome. Yep. And Bull has it. Very cool, Bull. Good job. Yep. And so you can go ahead and put that to work too. Okay. To start growing your capital. And let's see here. There's Nina. And it doesn't look like Nina has unmuted her microphone yet. Okay. Okay. John Ducey said he can't see the chat panel. Awesome. Can everyone see the chat panel okay? Okay, cool. Very nice, guys. All right, and Nina, just let me know when your microphone is unmuted, and we'll go ahead and address your questions. Okay. So, guys, just real quick, wanted to just show you guys literally the whole point of your free trial, and the whole reason I give you a free trial as a business owner, because I want to see how much money you can make over the trial. Okay, but hey, at the same time, if you don't want to take the risk, I totally get it. Put it on paper, guys. And let's just say you're thinking of, hey, I have $150,000, Dean, in my brokerage account. I'm not putting it to work because I'm scared that we're in a global depression and I don't know how to make money in this market scenario. Hey, I totally understand that, guys. That's why we're here interacting today. Okay, so I'm going to be here to help coach you. Okay, show you why what we're doing is so insanely safe and that we just really can't get hurt that badly with the way we're set up, just period. Okay. And we're going to show you how the Fed controls the market. And really more than that, show you how to attach your capital to the Fed to start your growth of your barnacle. Okay. And as that whale grows along, guess what? You are too. And we want to do this for literally decades, folks, literally decades. And it's all about consistency. And Patrick said, can you roll over your 401ks? Yeah, Patrick, first, you absolutely can. You can roll over any 401k, any IRA at all. You absolutely can do that. And especially if it's a previous employer that you used to work with but they're still a 401k person that has it, they can absolutely, you can absolutely roll that over. Okay. So yeah, Patrick, give them a call. Okay, give the company that has your 401k a call and just ask them what they need from you to get that rolled over. Okay, and if you have an account with TD Ameritrade, I would roll it over there, Patrick. And if you don't have an account yet, guys, you're looking to set up an account, we do recommend TD Ameritrade. It has the highest level of customer satisfaction rating and customer support of any brokerage on the in the United States. There's about 100 of them. And that's the only reason why we recommend TD Ameritrade is because they have the highest level of customer support. And they're the only company we feel that can even touch our level of white glove customer support as well. Okay. Um, so we're going to follow two really, really simple rules, folks. Okay. Rule number one, never lose money. Rule number two, don't forget rule number one. Folks, I'm not kidding you. Reading these rules changed my life. And I'm not kidding you. And like many of you that are out there listening to me right now, I used to be the guy in my 20s that was trying to day trade and swing trade ultra risky companies that were not profitable, hoping I was going to find the next Amazon with everyone that came by. Okay. And unfortunately, I was subscribed to the Motley Fool's newsletter, and they had told me about a company that was supposed to revolutionize the iPhone supply chain. Weird. You probably see this marketing every single day because all they do is repeat it every single day. Okay, so they told me to buy into this company that was supposed to basically change the supply chain of the iPhone. Okay, I'm young. I'm in my 20s. I made a lot of money that year in the stock market. Okay, I'd made at that point, heavy six figures in the market. And then, so I said, oh, I'm gonna throw, $270,000 behind this one non-profitable tech stock that I think could revolutionize the iPhone, right? Just like the marketing said from the Motley Fool, and just like their newsletter said. Okay, so I bought it, guys, and I'm not kidding you. 2 days later, I think it was either 2 or 3 days later, they announced bankruptcy. It was weird because the Motley Fool didn't talk about their bankruptcy. That was weird. Okay. And, the Motley Fool didn't talk about literally anything else besides how this stock was supposed to go to the moon. But for me, it went bankrupt and I lost $250,000 in a week overnight. I lost $250,000. Okay. So I'll never forget, folks. This is when I started realizing that, oh my God, this gambling BS needs to stop and I need to start investing. Okay. And I'm so glad I realized that in my 20s. I still talk to 50-year-olds every day that still want to go gamble with their money. And say, okay, look, if you want to gamble, keep 10% of your capital to go gamble with. But if you want to smartly invest and be like Ray Dalio and make money for 25 years straight and truly grow your wealth, you're going to want something way safer. Okay. So this is unfortunately how I'm not kidding you guys. That's a real true to life story that happened to me, but this is how I found these rules and I've never forgot them. Okay. And I'm not kidding you. After I read them, I printed something very similar to what you see on the screen out and put it next to my desk. It's still there. Okay. And this is the exact same methodology that we use in this system. Okay. And we're more worried about losing your hard-earned nest egg, folks, than we are about anything else. Okay. And we're never going to forget that. Okay. And we're going to show you how to safely grow your capital. Okay. And get the consistency that we're all looking for. Okay. And that I love and that I really kind of crave and have so much fun showing others how it works. Okay. And so, folks, the whole point of the webinar today is to help you quickly establish a defensive balance for your portfolio. Plus, you'll be ready to profit from a very risky time period with our trade engineering. Okay. Trade alerts will be delivered at noon Eastern via text message and email every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay. We engineer our positioning in coordination with the financial system and macro environment. All you have to do is take 1 to 2 minutes to replicate the trade in your account. It's so simple. And when you build the account or when you build the portfolio for the first time, guys, sure, it's going to take more work than 1 to 2 minutes. Okay. It may take you, if you're just not too experienced with the platform, it may take you 5 minutes. If you're a pro and you've entered 50 to 100 trades on your platform, it's going to literally take you 1 to 2 minutes to build out the entire portfolio. Okay. And then every time you optimize, it's going to take 1 to 2 minutes. Guys, I tracked my time that I took replicating the trades for the pro portfolio in the boot camp in 2019. Okay. It was 8.5 hours to grow my capital substantially. Okay. And ultra safe. Okay. So at any point anyone has questions, just jump in there. And Nita, I do see you still have your hand up. So if you want to unmute your microphone and just jump in with that question, would love to address it for you, and keep them coming in the chat box as well. Like Patrick just typed in the question about his 401k. Okay, guys. Now we're going to have live video trade alert presentations. Okay, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Those are all going to be ran by Jason, our Chief Investment Officer. Okay, and him and I work together, okay, with the rest of our team to look at this portfolio and see what's the safest allocation for you guys. Okay, and then we're going to cover that in full detail every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's typically really the meat and potatoes is about 30 minutes to an hour, but we do run a huge Q&A after, just to make sure all of the newest clients are the most comfortable they can be. Okay. And it's really funny because a lot of people go for a month or two, and then the next thing I know that they're out golfing or they're out working on a nonprofit, kind of voluntary work that they're doing, instead of sitting at their desk 8 hours a day staring at the stock market. And we look forward to achieving that with you all as well. Okay, so you can access the live presentation from our trade alert email that we send out each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Ryan, just real quick, will they get a replay of this email as well? Are we going to build that into the ecosystem? I didn't ask you that, and I figured it'd be good to ask you here. Let's see here, and but I would think, guys, that we'd be so we will be sending you guys a copy of this too. Okay, so please ask any questions live during the presentation. Okay, just click on the icon to unmute your microphone, or simply type into the chat box, guys. Okay, and just scroll to the bottom of your screen to see both the ability to type on the chat box or to unmute your microphone, and just use whichever one you're more comfortable with. Okay. Okay, guys, you can always review our track record by going to portfoliobuilder.io/track-record. Okay, we build trust with our clients by being 100% transparent with every position we've ever had. You can always access our track record by going to portfoliobuilder.io/track-record. And folks, if you haven't gone there yet, please feel free to take the time to do it. Okay, you can see literally every single position we've ever had. And unlike really 99% of the people that are our competitors in the newsletter and financial consulting landscape, they don't even have a track record. Literally 99% of them, they just talk about their winning trades. Okay, we're going to show you everything, folks, and that's part of how we develop so much trust with our clients. And that's the reason we have $60 to $70 million behind this portfolio, because of our level of transparency, the level of trust that we build with our clients, okay, and really more than anything, the safety that we deliver for them. Okay, a few things that you're going to need to have in place to get the most value out of your trial. Okay, now number one, a brokerage account set up to follow our trading plan. Okay, now if you have more than 25,000 to allocate, okay, and you want to do the pro portfolio, you must have options trading enabled. Okay, but I'm going to teach you guys the dirty little secret that the Wall Street lobbyists don't want you to know. Okay, and I know this because I met two of the guys that actually worked on getting these rules into place, and they're complete and utter bullshit. But I'm going to show you guys how to get around them today. Okay, and all you have to do is indicate, right? You don't have to swear on oath. You just have to indicate when you ask for the options approval form. You can go, if you know your broker well enough, or you can even just Google options approval form TD Ameritrade. It's going to show you the link, right? You can click on it, get it done, or you can call the broker and say, hey, can you send me over the options approval form? I want to get that filled out. I don't have options approved yet on this account. Okay, they're going to ask you a bunch of different questions, folks, about your income, your assets, your age. All these types of things, none of it matter, and literally not one single bit of that matters. The only thing that matters, okay, is the section on the form that asks for how many years are you going to indicate that you have option trading experience. Okay, most brokerage firms, it's going to say 1 year or less, 2 to 3 years, 3 to 5 years, 6 to 9 years, or more than 10 years. Okay. So if you select 6 to 9 years, okay, or 3 to 5 years. So at 3 to 5 years, not all the brokers are going to give you the approval. If you select 6 to 9 years and you're just indicating your experience, right? They're not going to quiz you on this. It's just a total bullshit speed bump that the lobbyists put in place because the option traders were making consistently too much money because they're able to protect their assets to the downside. And they're also able to grow at a faster rate by using options to the upside as well. Okay. So they put in a speed bump, literally, guys, to try to keep the small fish small. Okay. So it's kind of cool. And yeah, as Mark said, the options approval process is included when opening an account. So you can kill two birds with one stone by filling out the answers you specified during the account creation. Yep, exactly, Mark. Good point. Very good point. Let's see here. So number 2, guys. So if you're going to if you're going to allocate more than 25K, okay, and you want to use our ultra safe system, or you want to use the atomic bomb proof safe system, okay, make sure you have options approved so you can do that. Okay. You can use real capital or simply paper trade. Okay. With that brokerage account set up, then you can see how incredibly easy it is to give your hard-earned money the protection it deserves. Okay. Let me see a show of hands here. Who all has options approved in their account? You can either type into the chat box, guys, or you can simply raise your hand. Either one. Okay. I see Lyndon has options approved. Nina has options approved. Gary has options approved. Okay, good. Let's see here. Very cool, guys. Let's see here. Bull has options approved. John Nadesi has options approved. Tony says, hey, I'm going to jump on this. Awesome, Tony. We look forward to it, bud. And just ask any questions, okay? On which portfolio you're going to jump on. And if we can help in any way, just let us know, bud. Okay. It looks like Tim has the options approval as well. And Kwame, I see you're very cool. Awesome, John. And guys, that's a good point. Let's see here. Tony said, he's going to jump on this. Rudy says he has level 2. Very cool, Rudy. You will be able to do all the trades that we recommend with the level 2 approval. So perfect.
I'm new to this.
Oh, cool, Kwame. Very nice. Have you opened up your brokerage account yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay, cool. And did you move some capital over to the brokerage account?
No, I haven't done any of that as yet.
Okay, cool. Yes. So, one thing you can do today, Kwame, is, how much were you looking to allocate to investments? Just total. Was that kind of more or less than 25K? That's probably a good starting point.
Nah, well, I told Uno I made some other investments previously, and I'm looking to start small and just build my portfolio, or else I'll just wait until I get the 50 grand.
Okay, cool. Yes, you have some money coming that you're going to allocate behind?
Yeah.
Cool. So what I would think about then, Kwame, if I was in your position, I would take the 50K in the paper trading account, right? So you don't have to use the real capital and build out this asset allocation structure here today. Okay, if you want to do the simple one, right, that doesn't have options, you can do this today. It's going to take you maybe a minute or two to get all that built out. Okay. And on 50K, you're going to have, off the top of my head, I think that's going to be 39 tranches. So you just take this number and multiply it times 39, okay, to see your exact number of shares and the perfect allocation for you to build out. Okay. But definitely do that on the paper trading account today. Or if you want to use the pro portfolio and get a little bit more sophisticated, okay, that's what your build out's going to look like, at least asset allocation wise. Okay. And then if we go up here, these are going to be the actual stocks you buy per 25K. Okay. So if you've researched options, you say, hey, you know what? Those are super cool. And I have guys with 34 years of experience guiding me onto what options to place in my account. And I want to go with the portfolio that's atomic bomb proof and not bulletproof. Okay. You can build the pro portfolio here. Okay. And it's going to take a little bit more work, but it's going to provide a lot more protection. Okay. Or you could do the bulletproof strategy here that's going to grow a little bit faster, but is going to have the same level of protection built in. And this is the buy and hold portfolio. Okay.
Buy and hold for how long? As long as
Yeah, good question. It's all going to be dictated by the Fed, so we don't know that exact timeline. Okay,
Mm,
because we don't work for the Fed, but we read their balance sheet and we understand what they do with monetary policy, and we understand how that uh, then controls the entire bond market and stock market. Okay, so we're going to make changes when they make changes. So it's tough to kind of tell you a number. I can tell you we did have 5 trades last year. Okay, and we made 25%. So on that 50K, let's take a look at that. What that would look for you. Okay, on that 50K. Okay, at we're going to multiply that times 0.2531 because we made 25.31% last year. You'd make about an extra $12,000 you'd grow your account by. Okay, and it's going to take you about 10 minutes worth of work per year to make the changes and to build it out today.
mm,
Okay, but if you're really really new to the market, guys, I would say the buy and hold's probably the easiest way to go for you.
yeah.
Okay, and what I would do, Kwame, is just take your so let's show you the math here really quick. So let's take your 50,000, right, and we're gonna divide that by the $1,100 tranche, right? So let's take a look at that. Divide by 1,100, okay, which is 45. Okay, so you'd actually have what was it? You'd actually have 45 tranches you'd build. So you'd take this number and multiply it times 45,
Okay.
right? And so simple math, right? You know that you're instead of having 10 shares, you're going to actually have 450 shares of UPRO, 450 shares of TMF. Okay. And then let's see here. What's 45 times 5? I'm having a little trouble doing that off the top of my head. Sorry, guys. I'm still on a little pain medication for a surgery I had last week, but that's going to be 225 of SLV.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Sounds
absolutely.
good. So that sounds good. I'm liking the numbers.
Okay, cool. Awesome, Kwame. So yeah, bud, go ahead and try to build that out. And then I would definitely, when you have the opportunity, get some capital transferred over into that brokerage account. Okay.
Yeah.
That way you can see what real capital does after you're comfortable with the paper as well. Okay. So very cool team. Very, very cool. And I see a lot of people have some questions coming through the chat box. So I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to review through those really, really quickly. Okay. Let's see here. And then Hazel was saying she has options approved. Bull has options approved. John Nadesi has options approved. Tony says he's jumping on this. Rudy Cruz had level 2. John Nadesi said, but with interactive brokers. Great point there, John Nadesi. It doesn't matter what brokerage you have, guys. You can use any of the 100 US brokers. Okay. We just like to recommend TD Ameritrade because they offer the same level of white glove customer service that we do, but any brokerage on the planet will work. Okay. And it really doesn't matter where you are, as long as you have access to the ETFs that we're displaying and the stocks that we're displaying on the screen, you can absolutely get that built out. Okay. And so let's see here. And Tony says trading from the UK. Can I get all these funds? Yes, Tony. So we have a few clients in the UK, and I know specifically one of our clients that has about 50 to 100,000 USD behind us is using Schwab specifically. Okay, so I know that they did really like Schwab. They basically kind of sent me a glowing review on them. And I know TD can't be used in the UK for whatever reason, but Schwab did have access to all of the ETFs and all of the options, everything that we did. And same thing, Tony, you're going to want to indicate that you have 5 years plus indicated experience. That way you can get that options approval approved. Okay. Thomas B said options were approved. Tony said all options were approved. Very cool. So it looks like a lot of people are ready to build this right now, which is awesome. And let's see here. And then Keith also wrote to Tony there. And Tony, this is pretty cool. You do have a UK dedicated specialist for you too. His name's Keith, and he just sent you his contact info. Okay, so definitely take a look at that, guys. So very cool. So let's go ahead and jump back in here. All right, guys, and keep the awesome questions coming. Okay, so now now that you have the brokerage account set up, right? And if you don't have that set up, guys, get that set up today. Okay, but really, on the paper trading side, you just need to allocate the paper trades. But if you have a brokerage account set up, has capital just sitting there that you understand you want to put to work, but you want to put it to work in the safest manner possible, let's help you do that today. Okay, number two, you're going to need the ability to take 1 to 2 minutes to follow our trade alerts. Okay, that they're going to be released at 12 Eastern. These alerts are by no means time sensitive at all. They simply need to be placed before the market closes at 4 Eastern. Okay. So you're going to have a 4-hour time window, folks. So from noon Eastern, we release the alerts Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay. And also Thursday with our bootcamp trades. And then you're going to have till 4 Eastern. So on the pro strategy, guys, you're going to have a solid 4 hours to replicate their trade. This isn't like most of the day trading services you've seen that the prices move, kind of 50% within a few minutes. Not going to be the case. We're trading big liquid stuff, guys, and you're never going to have to just ferociously wait for your trade alert every day to get it placed. It doesn't work like that with a really long-term, ultra safe strategy. Okay. And if you're doing the buy and hold, you'll actually have a 7-hour time window to place the trades because you can actually trade the ETFs in after hours as well. Okay. So number three, you're going to need a mobile phone to receive our text message trade alerts. Many of our clients take these trades on the go from the airport, the restaurant, in the car, anywhere you have service. It's important to make sure you've entered your cell phone number when you sign up for the trial. If you use the landline, email the cell phone number to ryan@portfoliobuilder.io or simply type in your full name, cell phone number, and email into the chat box, and Ryan will add you to the system. And guys, I just want to be really clear with you here. We will never sell your information. Okay. Unlike literally 99% of the companies on the planet that exist today, we will never sell your cell phone number or your email address. Unfortunately, there's, 99% of the companies out there will do that. We will never do that, folks. We absolutely understand that we're in the trust building process with you all. So the last thing we're going to do is try to break your trust by going and selling your information, guys. Our company makes good revenue. We don't need to sell that information. Okay. And I just look at it like something that I would never do as a business owner. Okay. Because I know how efficient my time is, and I hate every time that I get an email from some new company that I've never subscribed to. That's what happens, guys, when you see that. That's another company you work with that just sold your email to that company. Okay. And it's a bummer, but just want you guys to know that we will absolutely never sell your information as long as our company is in existence. As long as I live, that will never happen. Okay. Number four, you're going to need an email provider that's in good working order. We send out the free webinar invites via email, and we also send out the trade alerts via email on top of the text messages. Okay. And so let's see here. We had a question come in from Derek. He said TD Ameritrade had incredible customer support. If someone is using your pro builder but wants to be a little more aggressive with part of their portfolio, say 25%, is there an advantage to using the buy and hold strategy? So Derek, good question. Actually, really, really good question. And what I'm actually telling people, and what I do with my own capital, Derek, is I'm using about an 85 to 15% ratio. Okay, 85% of my capital is going into the pro portfolio. Okay, so that's this setup right here. And then what I'm doing, right? So this is what my allocation looks like. Okay, and then what I'm doing is the high alpha trades that are coming out in the boot camp, which, by the way, guys, made an average, this is insane, of 78% last month. Okay. So let's just say you're using, and maybe like Derek wants to use get a little bit more aggressive. So Derek, I would say, hey, if you had 100K in that TD Ameritrade account, maybe think about allocating, 75,000 to pro, and then maybe, allocate, 10 or 15,000 to the boot camp trades. And that's going to be a way to really turn up your returns. Okay. And it's really cool because they kind of counteract each other, but that'll actually get you bigger returns than just doing the buy and hold. Okay. In our last trade, or every trade that we closed out in the month of July averaged 78% return. Okay. And so just to kind of give you an example here, Derek. So let's just say you use $1,000 behind each one of those, right? At 0.78% return. Okay. That's $780. Okay. We'll issue probably between 30 and 40 a year, guys, but let's do the conservative number here. So if you do that, 30 times in a year, I mean, that's going to be 23,000 in extra growth coming from just the option trades, Derek. If we're able to keep that average, not saying we will, right? And this, hey, trading's risky, right? And you guys can always see here, right? Investing is risky, and you can lose your entire investment. This is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only, and you can always see our full disclaimer, right? But that's what the numbers look like if you simply replicate at the same rate, and if for you maybe use $1,000 per option trade. Does that make sense, Derek? But yeah, Derek, that's what I would do if I was getting, and I'm at 85, 15, right? So I have 85% of my capital behind the pro portfolio, and then 15% behind the bootcamp trades. Okay. So I'd suggest something similar, Derek. And then that way, I mean, heck, that way, let's say you're putting in 100K, and let's just use that for math, right? For a mathematical example here. Okay. And let's pull up another calculator here. And let me bring it over to my other screen here. Okay. And let's say you do pro with the 75K. Okay. We hit our targeted return of 22.5%. Okay. So you put these together, and we should make you an extra $40,000 on 100K. Okay. So that's what I would do if I was, yeah, no, absolutely, Derek. And he said, yes, thank you. Your 85-15 is something most people would want to emulate. Yeah, exactly, Derek. And that's what I suggest for people. And I say, look, if you're under 50, maybe you can even scale that to 75-25. Okay. But if you're over 50, maybe start scaling that number back. And if you're over 60, I mean, especially if you're over 65, you're going to want that to kind of be 90% to 10%, or maybe even 95-5, right? So the farther out you go in age, right? If you're just older in life, you don't have an income source that you can rely on, you want to go to the safer side of that ratio. Okay. And great question, Derek. That was a really, really good question. I love it. Awesome, Derek. Derek, what's your last name too, bud? Just so I know and you can just type in the chat box. You don't have to announce it or anything. Cool, guys. So yeah, Derek, that's but an extra 40K in growth is what that would look like, kind of hybrided, right? With that setup. Okay, cool. Very cool. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and jump back in here. Okay, so these are all the things that you guys are going to have in place to get the most out of your trial, and hopefully be like Ron and make that 97 Gs during your 7-day trial. Okay, and to be fair, this was in a period of heavy volatility. This is actually in one of the worst weeks of the year this year, guys. That's when Ron printed 97 Gs in profit. Okay. And everyone else in America was pissed off that their account's going down. They're locked into their house. They're pissed off about everything. Ron's sitting there smiling, and he's sending me emailing me screenshots that he's up 97 Gs. Right. So Bull, I'm not sure, but just touch base with your investment consultant, and you can also just search your email. Bull asked, when does the 7-day trial start? Okay. And the easiest thing to do, guys, is just go to your email provider. Okay. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to show you guys kind of just real quick how to, I'm just going to show you how to search this really quick, because this has been really, really important for people to understand. And let me just increase my text size here. But so all you guys have to do is search for support, okay, at portfolio builder.io, okay, And actually, let me make this a little smaller. Let's try for 60. Oh, still didn't fit. Okay, just search for support at Portfolio Builder in your inbox. And the first email that you receive from us is the first day that your trials has started. Okay, guys, now after you search for that, I want all of you all, okay, to add that email to your contacts. Okay, that way you'll never miss any of our information. Okay. So just really cool, guys. So you can search support at portfoliobuilder.io to see when your trial did start. And then, guys, copy and paste that, right? So right after you search for that, copy and paste that and add that email address to your contacts. That way, guys, nothing will ever go into spam. Nothing will ever get filtered away. Okay. So it's always good to have that, set up. Okay. And once again, you'll just never have to worry about missing an email once you guys get that set up on your side. And Bull says, all right. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, and if you just add, it will put you on basically a white list is what they call it. It's a little technical, but all you have to do is just add that to your contacts, guys. And, for the name on your contacts, you could just say trade alert, right? Portfolio builder. That's how I have mine specifically labeled in my inbox. Okay. And that's worked well for me. So I'd encourage you all and would like to share that information with you all as well. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide here and keep the awesome questions coming. And Bull said, all right. Okay. So guys, this is kind of cool. So we're going to walk through and take a look and see what our portfolios did during the most risky recent time periods in the stock market. Okay. In December of 2018, anyone remember the Christmas massacre of 2018? Okay, I do. And I'll remember looking at my net long tech portfolio, watching it go down 160K. And I look over at my pro portfolio setup and it's up a couple $1,000. And I went, okay, this strategy is just so freaking bulletproof, so atomic bomb proof, right? But we made money. Everyone else went down 16.6%. I remember tech got hit so hard. I remember my Apple was down like almost 30% that month. So that was kind of crazy time. And then we move into 2020 this year, guys, and the SPY, the S&P 500, still isn't. It actually just as of yesterday actually got back into positive territory for the year, but it actually at its peak fell up to 34%, guys, in February and March. Okay, however, our pro portfolio plus the boot camp trades made 9.2%. Okay, this is while literally 99% of every other investor on the planet was losing money. Okay, we made 9.2% in that same time. Okay, why? How do we make it, right? Let me show you guys. Bonds went through the roof. We also bought some call option on our bonds. At the time, we had gold miners. Okay, they had some initial pain, but then went through the roof. Okay, before the quarter closed out. And holy moly, did we get a hell of a lot of profit, because once again, guys, we had more allocation to safe haven assets, right? So 69% of our allocation resides in safe haven assets. These assets move higher when the market sells off. Plus, the Fed is telling you to own both because of what they're doing to the market, right? They're openly supporting the bond market. They've never done that before. They're also printing money at the fastest pace in US history. That is screaming at you to also own gold. Okay. And this is why everything we do is going to be based on the Fed, because they control everything: the bond market, the stock market, and the spot price of gold. Okay. And the one reason why we're long copper miners is because we know that the central banks are in a coordinated effort, okay, to push markets higher, to get people back to work, And when that happens, folks, that increases a massive demand for copper. Okay. And Freeport-McMoRan just happens to be the largest copper miner in the world. Okay. And the last time, as we were going through before we started the official presentation, you'll see that, that Freeport-McMoRan, actually, I just looked at it again. I mean, heck, it ran close to 900%. Okay. In a 3-year span from 2008 to 2011 as global demand picked back up. Okay. So interesting, weird, all because of the Fed. We have what we have here. Okay. And all the technical indicators, guys, all that stuff's fine and dandy, but none of those exist unless the Fed wants them to exist. Okay, so your technical indicators that you see, sure. And if you're looking on a 20-year chart, yeah, there's some technicals that make sense. Sure. Okay, but really, guys, what we look at is the technicals that come from the Fed balance sheet. Okay, because they control the market. So before the technicals can ever work, the people that pull the strings and control the markets, okay, that's who we're following, not the technical stuff after the Fed has dictated a move. Okay, we're just attaching ourselves to the Fed. Okay, let's see here. And Bull says, let's see here. Oh yeah, and Bull asked if I could type in that email address. Absolutely, guys. Okay, so I'm going to type this into the chat box so you guys can copy and paste it into. And great point, Bull. No, that was. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, and whoops, I actually said hour twice. So let me clean that up. Okay. Cool. And so that is in the chat box, guys. So you guys can just copy and paste that over to your email provider and get everything added in. And great point, Bull. I honestly didn't think about that. So awesome question and really kind of hybrid comment. That was awesome, man. I really appreciate that. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and move to the next, guys. And have fun, right? And guess what? Warren Buffett lost 20% Q1. It's the worst quarter he's ever had in his life. We did 9.2%. And not saying, guys, that we're smarter than Buffett by any means. He is the richest investor on the planet for a reason. Okay, but because his company, Berkshire, is so big, they have to move around so much money, guys. That's when these big funds get hurt. And that's where what we do, what you all do with us, actually will outperform guys like Ray Dalio too. Ray Dalio Q1 had a bad quarter. He's down big, down over 20% Q1. Guess what, guys? We made 9.2%. Here's the beauty of what we do. Okay, or part of the beauty of what we do compared to Ray Dalio, right? Same strategy, same core strategy. We're running a risk parity strategy here, right? But we don't have to sell hundreds of billions of dollars, billions of dollars worth of positions when we need to recalibrate. Okay. I think our largest client has about 4 million behind us, maybe kind of 4.3 at this point. Okay. He has no problem switching up a position in literally seconds. Okay. We don't have those liquidity issues, guys. And specifically, we're never going to allow more than 1,000 customers into our pro portfolio. Okay, because of that. And the buy and hold, we'll never allow more than 2,000 in. Okay, so we'll never have to worry about a liquidity issue ever. We're never going to even get close to those hundreds of billions of dollars that Ray Dalio and Warren Buffett have to deal with. Okay, we don't have that. So it's kind of cool. Okay, cool. Oh, cool. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that that cleaned up version there. Very, very cool. All right. So neat, guys. And, and just so you guys kind of have an idea, when a huge fund, right, that's hundreds of billions of dollars is moving money in and out of the market, it literally takes them kind of days and weeks to sell. And a lot of times when you get that hyper volatility, you're missing a lot. If it's going to take you weeks to sell, and if it's taking you days to sell, okay, you're missing percentage points there. Okay, so that's how we're going to be able to actually outperform the legends that we look up to. Okay, it's kind of cool. Okay, and this is just kind of looking deeper into that, right? How everything performed and allocated. And this was before the actual This was before the actual month end. I just took a screenshot of the portfolio. Okay. So really, guys, in closure, here's the nuts and bolts of it. We're going to show you how to be defensive, balanced, and profitable in this market condition, unlike 99% of U.S. investors. Okay, Jason, our Chief Investment Officer, will be covering the build out of this portfolio today live. And Jason's actually not going to be covering it, but your investment consultant and also co-founder of this system is going to be covering it with you today. And that's me. Jason will cover it, though, every day, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, guys. And we put 34 years into figuring out where we are, this system, where we are today. Okay. And we're going to always help you guys be the investor buying when there's blood in the street and everyone else is scrambling to close out huge losses. Why, guys? Because we make money when the market sells off. That increases our buying power. And every time that the market has had some bloodshed, we're able to go pick up, all the blood and get in cheap. All right, guys. So a couple things, and I think it was Rose pointed out earlier. So what do we do in a global depression? And I'll be real honest with you guys. Look, we're still in a global depression, but we're in the stage of crawling out of it. Okay, but you're still living in the most risky time period since 1929 as an investor. Why? You have valuations stretched at the highest levels they've ever been. Okay. Number one. Number two, we have record drops in GDP. Literally, we just came out with the biggest drop in GDP we've ever seen. It was off the charts. Literally, they had to create custom charts to show it. Okay. However, we're absolutely positioned to grow safely as the dumb money decimates their wealth in this economic collapse. Okay. And I want to ask you, are you ready to get defensive and grow your wealth in this havoc? Okay. Very cool, Bull, and thank you for joining us today, bud. Okay, guys, so how can we help you and your family? Well, we have 2 portfolios you can build out with us today, depending on your investment capital. We also have our educational bootcamp that will dive deeper into our education and deliver our high alpha trade alerts. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at these. Okay, and really, guys, for buy and hold, look, if you have 30K or less, this is a really good place to start. Okay, because it's incredibly simple. Okay, this portfolio simply uses ETFs to be long or short specific asset classes, guys. We're going to pick out those specific asset classes. You're going to have to click 5 buttons to allocate to those asset classes. It's so easy. And I'm not kidding you guys, within less than a minute, you all can build out this buy and hold portfolio today in less than a minute. Okay, so if you have less than 30,000 bucks, guys, let's go ahead and have you take a look at this trade setup right here, okay, or this portfolio engineering right here, and you guys can go ahead and literally get that set up as we're on the webinar here. Okay, and so I'm going to go ahead and post this into the chat box so you guys have the same link that I have. Okay, and if you have less than 30K, guys, and you want to allocate to buy and hold today, just take your number, and let's say you were looking to put for instance, oh wow, nice, the profit's up to 106,000 today. I didn't mean to do that though, so sorry, guys. So let's just say you're at let's just say you're going to allocate, let's just say you're 23,000 bucks. Oops, I'm sorry. Let's just say 23,000 is how much you have in your portfolio and you're looking to do buy and hold. Well, you simply take that number. So that's how much capital you have available in cash in your brokerage account, or maybe you have stocks that you don't like, or they're way too risky, unprofitable tech companies that you could potentially have them go bankrupt overnight, like I did in my 20s and lose $250,000. Okay, and I only tell you this, guys, because I want you to avoid those situations, right? That was one of the worst weeks of my life. Okay, and so you can see here that you're going to be able to buy 20 tranches. Okay, so you simply take your number here, buy 10 shares. Well, 10 times 20, you're gonna buy 200 shares. 10 times 20 here, right? You're gonna buy 200 shares UPRO, 200 shares TMF, and then also, let's see here, you're gonna buy 20 shares of SLV. Okay, not bad, guys. Just simply buy 100 shares of SLV. That's it. That's how incredibly easy it is. And it really took us 34 years to figure out how and why to allocate to the asset classes, right? But that's part of the value that we offer you, okay, as a service provider. So it's kind of cool. All right, and let's see here. Nice, John. And I see John added John, did you add to the buy and hold portfolio just now? Or did you do the pro portfolio? Which one did you do, John? Or did you add support at portfoliobuilder.io to your email contacts? Okay. So very cool, guys. And you all can access this this trade alert. Okay, cool. Yeah, John was saying he got our email address added to his email provider. So awesome, guys. So this is the pro portfolio. Okay, let me just walk you guys down. So once you click on the link that's in the chat box, it's going to take you to the top of the page. That's where it's going to show the header. Okay, and this is the header from yesterday. Okay, but the portfolio is good to build out today, and that's what we're going to help you guys do. You can also go through and play the video from yesterday. Okay, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us here so you can hear my voice. I always start up the webinar, and I'm going to show you guys literally how to place the trades every time we have a trade, as long as I'm not out of town at the time. Okay, but super cool because you're going to watch me literally walk through that trade step by step, and then that way you guys can see how easy it is to put these together. Okay, and then the first thing you're going to see is the pro advisory. Okay, and for every 25K, that's the tranche that we work in pro is per 25K. Okay, so you can get this built out. Right, so if you have more than 25,000, I would certainly look at building out the pro portfolio. So this is how we build you guys your tank. Okay, with the pro portfolio, and you're going to have a tank with the buy and hold as well. Okay, and then with the pro portfolio though, we're going to add a force field around our tank by utilizing put options on all of our assets. Okay, and that's also going to give you a phenomenal total portfolio buying power of $59,000. Okay, because we have the leverage, right, which increases your buying power by 135% effectively, more than doubling your potential retirement income without taking on any loans or margin. Okay, so pretty cool. Very cool. Someone was saying, great webinar, Dean, for trial members. Yeah. Okay, cool. And let's see what else we have in here. Okay, cool, guys. So also on the buy and hold, okay, so it's going to be real simple. You're just going to buy and sell ETFs, guys, and you just saw those ETFs, right, and what that looks like right here for you. Real simple, and how to build it out per however much money you want to do. Just take your number, say that's 23,000 divided by 1,100. You'll understand that you're going to build 20 tranches. Okay, so super, super, super easy. Couldn't be more simple to follow that portfolio. Okay, but it does incredibly well, and the drawdown is ultra minimal. It's really neat. Okay, so if you're just new to the market, this is probably a really good place for you to start. Okay, minimal changes are needed to the portfolio throughout the year. Okay, we only had 5 changes in 2019 total. Okay, no options are used at all. Okay, and you can have one live webinar every Monday, and trades are done at 12 Eastern, like clockwork. Okay, so you're gonna have 2 hours of live access at the buy and hold portfolio. Okay, and you can always add the boot camp actually to the buy and hold portfolio too. And it's really cool, guys, because that's a free bonus that you're going to get today when you sign up for the $10,000 boot camp. So anyone that does that's going to trade less than 25,000 bucks, if you can, will you just type into the chat box and just type in sub 25? Okay, and what I'll do, guys, is I'll send you all a link to the buy and hold portfolio. Okay, so you guys can sign up there. Okay, and so just type into the chat box if you're looking at using less than 25, just type in sub 25. Okay, I'll know who you are, kind of know where your capital level is, and then that way you don't have to, say how much capital you're using or whatever. And what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to actually just shoot you all a link that's going to get you that access. Okay, to that. And actually, give me 1 second. Gmail is asking me to sign back in, so give me 1 second here, guys, and I'll post that link for you in just a second. And I will shoot that over to you, but give me just 1 second. Google asked me to sign in again, so just 1 second while I do that, and then we'll continue on here, guys. And sorry about that slight delay there. But I think it's good because people that are posting in their responses, for the people that are going to use sub 25, we will send you that link okay, that will get you 30 days of the pro, or I'm sorry, of the boot camp on us at absolutely no cost. Okay, so you can see that $10,000 boot camp program for free for 30 days at no charge. Okay, and then what we'll do, guys, is our investment consultants will set up follow-up times with you all. Okay, and they'll check in with you. There's no there's no hard credit card pull at the 30 days. Okay, they're just going to set up basically a time to connect with you, see what you thought about the the boot camp that we're giving you for free. So so team, everyone that posted sub 25, I'm shooting you over the links now. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and get started there. Okay, and if you do have any questions, just feel free to call us before you do get started. Okay, and let's see here. Okay, cool. So then mini PC, so I just shot that in there too. All right, cool guys. And just 1 second, let me just take a look here, and then we'll go on. I want to just make sure I covered everyone here in that, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the next slide here. So very cool, guys, and thank you for your time on that. Okay. So awesome. All right, guys, and it looks like my computer's stalled just for a second here. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted there. Okay. All right, and we'll go ahead and continue on here, guys. So perfect. So, and Kwame, I see you have your hand raised, bud. Go ahead with your question. And while Kwame's unmuting his microphone, let's take a look at our portfolios here, and let's see how we're doing. All right, guys, and just real quick, so we're going to take a look at what our portfolios have done. Okay, and you can see right here we're up 106,000 bucks. So let me just annotate that so you all can see here what we're doing. Okay. Okay. So you can see our profit and losses here is 106,275 over the last 29 trading days. Hey, Kwame, I see your microphone's unmuted. How can I help you, bud?
Yeah, I was trying to send it the sub 25, but I'm not sure how to submit.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I'll shoot you the link right now, bud.
All right, I appreciate that.
Yeah, bud, and absolutely, and thank you for letting us know. Okay, so that's going to Kwame as well. Okay, Tony, I see you in there with the sub 25. I'm shooting you the link as well. Okay, let's see here. John asked, can margin account be used or cash account recommended? Yeah, John, you can use it. Just know that you will inherit a little bit more risk, okay, with that margin. If I always tell people, look, I feel more comfortable using my cash. I never dip into my margin. I do have a margin account, but I never use the marginable availability that I have. Okay. So that's definitely something that I take a look at. Okay. I see Minnie says I have 10 to start. Yeah, my pleasure, John. My absolute pleasure. Cool. Awesome mini PC. So with 10 to start, definitely, take a look at the buy and hold portfolio, guys. It's killer. Okay. It's super safe. And it's going to, it's going to produce good gains for you with ultra low drawdown. Okay. So that's definitely a really good place to go. Now, let me ask the crowd here, who has more than $100,000 to allocate to the system as well? Let's type in just 100K with a plus symbol. Okay. So let's see who all is in that camp. Okay. And thank you for everyone that said that they were sub 25. That's awesome. Really kind of helps me understand everything that we're doing. Yeah, mini PC, it's my pleasure. And look forward to getting you all that boot camp bonus and showing you guys all the cool content that's in there. And it's really neat, guys, in this boot camp access for 30 days. So after you sign up today, you're actually going to get a username and password that's going to give you access to watch our module number 1 video that's going to show you literally how much control the Fed has over the stock market, the bond market, and the gold market. They control all of it. Okay. That video alone is so much more valuable than our membership costs, or than the price of our membership costs, because it's going to show you literally who and how they've rigged the system, okay, and how they determine how the market gyrates. Okay, guys, it's killer. And also, you're going to learn about an opportunity. I'm not kidding you, that we're looking to make a 12,000% return in the boot camp. So let me just kind of show you guys what that will look like here too. And then everyone that has over 100K, let's post 100K plus into the chat, right? No one else will see. It's just going to be myself and Ryan and my technical director on here that are going to be able to see that. Okay, but it's really cool. Oh, Ryan said my screen share went off. Oh, okay, gotcha. So sorry about that, guys. And I did see that did. Okay, cool. So now we're back on. And thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that, bud. Sorry, I was trying to get set up here with another page. So let's see here. So I'm going to go to portfoliobuilder.io. And I'm going to go to, and this is the page that you guys all, sign up for your trial on, right? So you guys probably remember this page.
You're sharing the wrong screen.
Oh. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here. Okay. And let's see there. Okay. And let me just switch over here, guys. And I'm terribly sorry about that. I lost my screen shares moving through my screens here. Okay. Sorry about that, guys.
You're showing your Telegram. There you go.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. And thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that, bud. Okay. So back to this, guys, and sorry about that little mess up. Okay. So here's the opt-in screen, right? This is where you guys all started your trial from. So that's how you began life with us, right? So I'm going to take you guys actually to a different page here, and you're going to need a username and password to get to these pages here, guys. But it's really cool because you're going to be able to access all this content. Okay. And it's pretty cool, guys. The boot camp is going to have a bunch of extra goodies for you. Okay. And really, this is hilarious. So you guys got to watch this once you're in here. But it's just really funny. But yeah, it's really cool to be able to access all this in here. And let me see here. I think there was a boot camp page in there that I could look at. Maybe that's for the old boot camp page. Yeah, it's for the old boot camp page. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to the updates and let's see if I can locate that boot camp page there. Okay, and so this is going to ask for a username and password, right, to let you in here, as you can see right here. But you guys can see all of this cool stuff. Okay, and really, guys, some really cool, some really interesting stuff. Okay, and so you can kind of go back and see in time here, kind of all the content that's in here. Okay, and then oops, I used to have the ability to go back and see, but you guys actually have access to all of the bootcamp presentations, and you can learn about how to potentially make a 12,000% return. Okay, and it's just you have to have the username and password to really see. So I was seeing if you guys could also see that as well. But you will learn about module number 1, and also the ability to access shorting the Hong Kong dollar trade that we're potentially looking for a 12,000% plus return on. Okay, so just wanted to touch on that really quickly there, folks. Okay, cool. So let's go back and let's see who we had that was over 100K. Okay, all right, nice. We see a couple with over 100K. Okay, cool. And I'm just going to shoot you just a quick message with my personal cell phone number. Okay, and if you guys want to just text me and just say, hey, I'm in the bootcamp webinar, feel free to do so. And so anyone that has over 100, I'm just going to shoot you a personal message. So you just write, over 100K or just 100K plus, and I'll shoot you a message just with my number. Okay, so very cool, guys. So any questions on the buy and hold portfolio and the bonus access that you're going to get with the $10,000 boot camp when you get signed up today? Any questions on that at all, guys? Okay, so it's going to meet on Mondays. Okay, you're going to have 2 hours of live webinar interaction each week. Okay, and the cool thing is during your boot camp bonus, you're also going to have webinar access on Thursdays, and you're going to be able to review kind of the probably 30 plus hours worth of content that's in the boot camp that's already archived. You're going to have that access during your 30-day period, guys. So you can watch that module number 1. You can get your potential 12,000% return trade set up. Okay, and also get some free trade alerts out of the boot camp potentially this Thursday. Okay, so very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, guys. All right, anything else here? Okay, no questions there. All right, let's go ahead and move to the pro portfolio. So really, guys, this is kind of focused at this point on the people, and not to say that you have to drop off, right? Because we're going to continue to talk about this, but for the people that have more than 25,000 to invest, so they can build the pro portfolio. Okay, this is very, very attractive to investors that have over 100,000 invested. This portfolio will show you how to trade like the best hedge fund managers in the business without the 2% management fee and 20% performance fees. Okay, changes will be made on a weekly basis to ensure maximum protection of your capital. Okay, you're going to get 6 to 8 hours of live education each week as well. Okay, and let's just say you're in this presentation, maybe you have $500,000 to invest, or you have $1 million to invest. Okay, if you go put that money into a hedge fund, I want to show you guys what the fee structure looks like, because it's insane. Okay, so if you put in $1 million, let's say the hedge fund makes you a 20% return. Okay, whoops, sorry. So, okay, let's just say $1 million in with the hedge fund. Okay, they do a 20% return. Okay, you're gonna make the fund just made you $200,000 before fees. Okay, but that's before fees. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this here. So here's the 200,000 they would have made you. Okay, now we're going to take a look at first their management fee. Okay, so 2% on 1 million, and every good hedge fund has this or higher fees. Okay, at 0.2% on $1 million, that's $20,000 in management fees. You're going to have to subtract off this. Okay, so let me just move this over here. Right under the management fee, okay, in the text, I'm going to move it right here so you can see that that's the 20,000 that's going to be charged there. Okay, now let's look at the performance fee. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and open up another calculator, and I'm going to bring it on over to the screen here. Okay, now let's see what your performance is. So on $200,000 of performance that the funds produce for you, they're then going to take 20% out of that. Okay, so we're going to take 20 there. Okay, and between the two, you guys can see that the management fee is 20,000, the performance fee is 40,000. Okay, which gives you a total of $60,000 in fees. Okay, we're going to subtract that off of the 200,000 they produce for us, and you're left with the 140K. Okay, so interesting to see the differences there. Now, let's take our setup and let's do the same numbers. Okay, so let's take $1 million. We're going to multiply that times 22.5 because that's our target. Okay, we're going to return $225,000 for the client. Okay, and guess what, folks? If you want to get a lifetime access to my company and get our help for the rest of your life, your lifetime fee is less than 20 grand. You're left with 205,000. Okay, compared to the 140 that was left over with the hedge fund. Okay, So that's the difference, right? So that's $65,000 more into your pocket. Okay. Now let's also take a look. Okay. So that's just right there. So that's a difference of $65,000 going in your pocket. Here's the thing. The hedge fund is going to charge you that $60,000 every year. And as your capital grows, it charges you more and more. Okay. So if they charge you $60,000 a year, 10 years of fees, over $500,000 in fees you just paid them. We have a flat fee to work with us forever. Okay. So just wanted to touch on that really quick and just show you guys what the math looks like and the mathematical difference. I've done that with a couple high net worth investors, and they're just like, holy moly. So it's kind of cool. Changes will be made on a weekly basis to ensure maximum protection of your capital. Okay. When you join the pro, guys, you're going to have 6 to 8 hours of live education each week. Okay. You're going to have incredibly low drawdown and extremely risky time periods, right? Just as we just covered and went over. Okay. We have profitable returns and market sell-off periods. Okay. As we just covered, we have a sophisticated balance of core asset classes. However, you simply buy the ETFs. We did the 34 years of research and understanding, mathematical analysis, fundamental analysis, monitoring of the Fed's balance sheet, pulling that over the 92-year history of the stock market. Okay. To understand and to tell you guys when to buy which asset classes you want to use. Okay. You're going to have 3 live webinars each week. We're going to teach you what we know literally in depth. Okay, guys, pro members really enjoy the exclusive content produced in the Wednesday and Friday webinars. Okay, and guys, the bonus you're going to get today with the pro purchase is also 30 days access to our $10,000 bootcamp free. Seriously, this offer won't last long, guys. And we do these bonuses by volume. Okay, and sometimes they will run out by the end of the week. Okay, so if you don't want to have that scenario, you do want to have access to the bonus. You want to look at that module 1 video and see how the Fed's controlled everything over the entire existence of the US equity market. Okay, get started today. Don't miss out on that opportunity to get in that $10,000 bootcamp program literally for free, guys, for 30 days. And there's absolutely no strings attached. All we do is set up a call 30 days after you join today and just see if you want to continue on. Right, and then we can always talk about continuing on with the pro system at that time, or the bootcamp system at that time. Okay, cool. Now I see Kwame has a question up. Kwame, did you still have a question, bud? And then let me check my chat box here, and let me see what else came in while I was going through that there.
No, sorry about that. Still.
Okay. Oh no, you're good, Kwame. Cool, bud. Okay, and any other questions came up for you? Okay, cool. No, I think he's all set. All right, guys. So this is going to be your content schedule on what we roll out. Okay, so buy and hold is going to be every Monday. Okay, lifetime members get their own exclusive webinar each Tuesday. Okay, so if you're looking to get set up with lifetime, you will actually have access to that webinar. And we've actually changed that to 3 Eastern. So I need to edit this, but we actually just made that change today. So we could be here with you guys actually doing a trial only specific webinar every Tuesday. So it's really, really cool. Okay. So let's see here. Wednesday, we're going to have the pro portfolio. Okay. Thursday, we're going to have the bootcamp modules and trades. Okay. Pro portfolio is going to meet on Friday. So every day, guys, you're going to have the ability to meet with us at noon Eastern, depending on which level you're signed up at. Okay, and once you're on the lifetime level, you will have your own exclusive webinar every Tuesday, and it's really cool to see all of the stuff that's being created in that lifetime webinar. Really, really neat group of investors in there. Definitely working on some really cool stuff as a team in there. So all trade alerts, guys, and webinars are going to be delivered at noon. Okay, so now, so let's start showing you guys how to get the portfolios built. Okay. And here's my phone number too, guys. If you don't have it yet, send me a text and just say, hey, Dean, this is, X person I was in the webinar. Okay. So if you don't have my number, guys, save it. It's in there. Okay. And just give me a call. I'll be happy to help you out. And let's see here. So let's go ahead and look at building out the portfolio. Okay. And let's look at what that looks like for everyone. So let's do team sub 25K first. Okay. do all of you guys have this all built out at this point, either on paper trades or in live capital trades? Okay, and feel free to either unmute your microphone and communicate here live, or just type in, say, Dean, I built 11 tranches. Dean, I built 20 tranches. And let me know how many tranches you guys did build out with buy and hold. Okay, and I think there was kind of like 10 people that said they were sub 20K. Okay, so let's take a look at that for now, and let me know how many tranches you built out, guys. And when I refer to the tranche, that's when it says per $1,100. That's referred to as a tranche, right? Because that's a set capital amount that you're allocating to a certain investment or strategy or whatever it is. Okay, but just go ahead and message into the chat box there. Built 11 tranches on paper, or built 12 tranches with real capital. Let me know what that looks like for you guys. Okay, and if any of you guys need some help working through that, okay. And hey, you know what? Let's take Bull's. Bull said he's going to allocate 10K today. So Bull, let's go ahead and would you mind if I used your the 10K for some math to use on the screen? Okay, and let me see. So and let's just okay, cool. And Bull said no problem. Okay, cool. So Bull, so what we'll do, right, is we'll take your 10,000, right? We're going to take that, we're going to divide it by 1,100. Okay, so you can build out 9 tranches, right? So I'm going to type in for Bull here into the chat box. Okay. So Bull's allocation. And let's see here. And let me just pull this up really quickly and verify that that's what we're going to do. Okay. So because we're going to have 9 shares here for Bull, okay, we're going to take this 10 and multiply it times 9. So 10 times 9, real simple math, right, guys? We know that Bull's going to have 90 shares of UPRO. Okay, we know that he's going to have 90 shares of TMF. Okay, and he's going to take that 5 and multiply it times 9, which is 45. And he's going to have 45 shares of SLV. Okay, and then he is literally set to jet, and he can go off and build that now. Okay, so that's exactly what you would do with 10K to go allocate to that, guys. Okay, and if you can certainly use market orders because they're pretty liquid assets. Okay, but if you want to save a couple pennies and take maybe a minute and a half to watch that trade execute, you can certainly do that as well. All right. Now, let's see here. Ellen, do you want to walk through building out maybe a $100,000 tranche or a $200,000 tranche, just to kind of see what it looks like and what that looks like here? And anyone else, guys, anyone else that's looking to put in or it has more than 100,000 to put to work, just type into the chat box, guys, and we'll look at building that out per whatever that capital base is for the pro portfolio. Okay. So let's see here. And anyone out there want to say, hey, Dean, maybe I have 150 in the bank I'm looking to put to work, and I'll be more than happy, guys, to go through and build you and actually walk you through building this portfolio. Okay. So another thing I can do here, I can go over and switch to my smaller account, right? That's doing this strategy as well. Okay. And it just had $100,000 allocated to it. And we did that. I want to say it was last Thursday? Yeah, I think it was last Thursday that we allocated a $100,000 tranche to it. Okay. And you can see that it made 4,288 in that time frame. Okay. So from last Thursday to today. And Hazel says, I really appreciate the mathematics that you inform us to understand your portfolio risk management. Is there a replay? Yeah, Hazel, there is a replay. So click on the link that I sent you in the chat box there, and that will absolutely replay it. But all I'm going to do here, Hazel, is I'm going to copy and paste this from my browser here, because this is the same screen you're going to see, and I'm going to message that to you there personally. And yeah, you, or whoops. So we're going to email out to you the replay, actually. Sorry about that. I was thinking of another setup we had. And this is the first day kind of walking people step by step through everything. Okay. But guys, so this is from last Thursday to today. Okay. And who wants to build out an allocation and what set amounts are you guys looking to allocate, and how can I help walk you through what that looks like? Okay. And I saw John Naduzzi was sub 25 too. Okay, cool. And John Naduzzi, how much capital were you looking to allocate? And so we'll go and build that out for you literally step by step. Okay. And anyone that's above 100K or even above 50K, why don't we just have you type in 50K plus or 100K plus, and then that way we can look at building out your portfolio for you as well. Okay. Nice. Hazel asked for the replay. Yeah, and it'll be auto emailed to you too, Hazel. And let's see here. Ellen says, is it too late to get in with the current prices? No, Ellen, absolutely not. We're looking for all of these assets to go up substantially. Okay. So great question, Ellen. And let me cover John's allocation really quick too, because it's going to be the exact same as Bull's. So John Naduzzi, let me kind of just walk you through this real quick. Okay, and it's going to be the same allocation as Bull's for 10,000. Okay, so you just take your 10,000 here. Okay, you divide it simply by 1,100, and you can build 9 tranches. So you take these numbers here by 10, by 10, by 5, and you just multiply it times 9. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and type that into the chat box here. Okay, so you'll have that, and everyone else will as well. There, John Naduzzi, but it's going to be okay. So John. Okay, and let's see here, John Naduzzi. Okay, cool. All right, John Naduzzi, your allocation is in there as well. And Ellen, yeah, so back to your question, absolutely not too late to allocate. Okay, so and let me go through a rundown of kind of what we're looking for. My pleasure, John. Look forward to working with you there, bud. Okay, guys, and so let's take a look here, and let's go up to what we're going to do is cover. So all of these prices are good to buy. Okay. And these are all liquid enough, guys. You can really just buy at market, but if you want to save a couple pennies, you could certainly, take a minute or two to enter your trade. And if you guys want, when you fill, go ahead and post your prices for your assets to the group here in the chat box too. Okay. Just so we have an idea of where you guys are filling. Okay, cool. So yeah, so these are all good to go. So anyone sub 25K, guys, feel free to just go ahead and build that in. Okay, and build it in per the allocation you have that works best for you. It looks like some people are starting with 10K, some are starting with 20K. Cool. That, and whatever you guys are starting with, just divide that by 11,000. You'll see the number of tranches you have. That way you can get it in. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, nice. Andrea's going to do 10K too. Perfect. So let me get that set up for you, Andrea. Okay, so same thing, right? So you take your 10,000. Okay, you divide it by 1,100. You get 9, right? And then you go and multiply this. So 9 times 10 is 90. 9 times 10 is 90. 9 times 5 is 45. Okay, and I'm going to type that into the chat box there for you, Andrea. So you can go ahead and put that money to work and let us know where you guys get filled on either your real account or your paper trading account. Okay. And so just typing in Andrea's allocation, and always lovely to see a lady in here. Our lady customer base is certainly growing. Can't wait for it to be more than 25% of our clientele base, but it's not quite yet. And I don't know what it is. Guys seem to be a little bit heavier into the stock market women for whatever reason, but I don't know why. I really don't know why. Hey, Derek, I see your hands up, bud. What question can I ask or address for you? And then what we'll do next, Ellen, is we'll look at allocating 100K. Okay. Okay, cool. And so Derek put his hand down. Okay, and Andrea has her asset allocation. Okay, Derek said he accidentally hit the screen. Okay, cool. Now, guys, let's take a look. And is everyone clear on that? Hey, Ellen, how's it going? And please feel free to go ahead and unmute your microphone. We'll cover kind of price points we're looking at in these assets. Okay, and anytime this is on our screen, that means it is good to go and it's good to buy it. Let's see here. And Ellen, I saw your hand was up for just a second. And if you want, I'm more than happy to walk you through what this looks like. Okay, guys. And I think the easiest thing to do will be to open up this screen. Okay. And that way we can kind of see what's what, right? So the green, you're going to be able to see over here is TMF and UGL. Okay. Those are our risk off assets or our safe haven assets. Okay. So 69% of our capital is going to be allocated there. All right. And 30% is going to be allocated to our long position in stocks, unlike literally probably everyone in this portfolio that's just going to be long stocks. We're going to show you guys how to have a really nice treasury position. Okay. That's going to offset any drop that ever happens in the stock market. And folks, the Fed is supporting the bond market. So they're in there literally buying the treasury bond market right now, as you guys are too. Okay. And they have a hell of a lot more money to support it than any of us put together do. Okay. So I figured this would be kind of cool. Now let's take a look. Let's go back to this screen here, and I'm going to go ahead and annotate some price points for you, and really kind of some levels that we're looking for in here, folks. Okay. So once my screen catches up, we'll go ahead and do that here. Okay. And let me scroll up just a bit. Okay. So for the pro portfolio, and I'm going to pull up a chat box here and a couple annotations. Okay, so first off, we're gonna go after the safe stuff. Okay, treasury bonds. Okay, our spot gold position, safe haven stuff, right? So I'm gonna draw a line. Oh, I don't know why it disconnected there for a second. Okay, up here, that's gonna be our safe haven. I'm gonna draw another line for our net long stocks, right? And then that way, I'm going to go ahead and add a text box here, and we're going to correlate what we're looking to in colors with our text. Okay, so with TMF or bonds position. Okay, now we're looking for bonds, folks, to grow at about 10% for the rest of the year, but we have a 3x leverage, so we're looking to get about to 28 to 28.5% move to the upside from current prices. Okay, and Ellen, to answer your question, we absolutely know that there's a lot of juice left there. Okay, now let's take a look at our spot gold position with UGL. Okay, and then I'm going to put that this is a 3x2. Okay, gold is currently gold's going to be 2x. So just for sake of keeping everything the same here. Okay, and so this is our target into year end. Okay, is 28% UGL. Our target into year end. Okay, now we're looking for spot price of gold to go up about 25%, but because of that 2x leverage position, okay, and I'm just going to make this ultra conservative, we're looking to target probably 47, okay, to 48, oops, 48.5% return, okay, or a 47 to 45, 48.5% move, okay, to the upside from current prices. Okay, so that's the risk off side of things, guys. And does that make sense for everyone? And if the market crashes, okay, these assets skyrocket. So if market crashes, assets skyrocket. Okay. So kind of a dual purpose use, right, on this allocation. And I'm going to add this right here just so that cleans up the screen a little bit for you guys. Okay. And does that make sense to everyone? Okay. And also for the buy and hold, guys, your silver is going to go up. Okay. And it's actually going to go up a little bit faster than gold. So that's why it's in the buy and hold, because we want a little bit higher risk factor. Okay. And obviously in the pro portfolio, we want a little lower risk factor because we're using a lot more money. Okay. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the at our net long positions and kind of what we're looking for is as far as growth and movement and kind of movement through the rest of the year in those assets. Okay. So now, so UPRO, okay, and that's the 3x S&P 500. Okay. I guess we can condense this down actually, just for keeping everything the same. Okay. And our target into year end, we're looking for about 90%. Okay. Move to the upside. Okay. Let's see here. Move to the upside from current prices. Okay. So we're looking for the biggest move there, right? But not with the huge portion of our capital. Okay. But if we get a 90% move with 25%, ooh, that's a hell of a good return. Okay. Now let's take a look at FCX. And now you can see why we're not just, and this is just the largest copper miner, okay, on Earth. I'm not going to put that in there. Okay. Target into year end is really into year end, guys. Isn't quite as high as our overall target, but our target into year end is probably, kind of a 2x return. Okay. But we're looking to make literally over the next 3 years as we crawl out of a global depression here and back into incredible economic times on a global basis. The demand for copper is going to skyrocket, and eventually we're looking for kind of 5x plus returns over the next really kind of 3 years or so. Okay, cool. So yeah, guys, a lot of upside is still left in these positions. Okay, and that's exactly why we're allocated the way we are. Okay, does that make sense for everyone? Okay, so our ultra safe stuff is in purple. Our green stuff has a little bit more inherent risk built in. Okay, but it's protected with the options, and it's protected by your bonds and also your metal position. Okay. And if the market crashes, guess what, guys? Our 69% allocation here rockets up. Okay. And, if the Fed continues to support the stock market and the bond market, just as they've said, we should get a move up in all of these asset classes. Okay. So really, guys, the 10,000 foot macro picture is the Fed supporting the bond market. We want to own it. It's a better time to own it than ever. Plus, if the market rolls over, that saves our butts and we don't have drawdown. Okay. Next, UGL. Very similar setup. Okay. If market rolls, it does well. But because the Fed is printing money at a record pace, it's going to skyrocket gold. We're looking for another 25% here before the end of the year. Okay. And the Fed's slamming the table telling you to buy gold. Okay. And I prefer to do it in the equities market as opposed to physical because I don't have to pay for the BS costs that are associated, and I can protect it directly with options all the time. Okay. And instantly. And if I want to buy $100,000 worth of gold right now, I can do it in literally less than a second. And then I can protect it with an option in maybe 20 seconds. Okay. So that's why I really like having my allocation to gold, not physically, but in the markets, because it is so liquid and I have way better protection for it. And I avoid all the BS fees of doing the physical stuff and the transfers and the storing and yada, yada, yada. I just talked to a guy last week that he was selling $1 million of the physical gold and silver, and they're going to charge him $30,000 in fees to sell it. No joke. Physical allocation. Crazy. Charge him 3% to sell. It's crazy. You know how much it charges you to sell $1 million of the UGL right now? Nothing. Okay. All right, guys. So any questions on there? And who has some just capital that they want to allocate now and they want to look into that? Ellen, did you want to look into building out 100,000 allocation real quick? And Ellen, did that make sense as far as what we're still looking for growth in these equities? Okay, so there's a lot of growth left on all of these guys. So in our largest position, we're looking for 28 to 28.5%. Okay, UGL and gold, we're looking for 47 to 48% and a half into the end of the year, right? UPRO, long term, I should say, we're looking more for 90%. End of the end of the year, we'll probably get 30-45% out of UPRO. Okay, just because the Fed has been so insanely supportive of the stock market to keep things propped and to drive demand for copper. And why that drive demand for copper? Well, guys, higher stock market makes it easier for publicly traded companies to create jobs, and it allows the financial engine to hum at literally. And for those of you that don't know, before COVID hit, we were at the best economic numbers the United States has ever seen. Okay, and that was phenomenal to feel and to see. And then to have COVID take that away was also kind of tough, right? But I think once the administrations free us up out of lockdowns and restrictions, we'll see a massive, awesome rush back into a thriving economy, and pent up demand that's going to come from the consumers just going to be amazing. I was looking at some really neat metrics on that yesterday, and that will actually be part of your Tuesday bootcamp email. Something that Jason and I studied that you guys will be taking a look at here soon. All right, guys. All right, Andrea, Bobby, Bull, Chris, Derek, LNT, Galaxy A20, Gary, let's see here, or Jerry, Gregory Voss, let's see here, Hazel, John Nadusi, Kwame, Manahar Pasmati. Hey, Manahar, I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back, bud. Let's see here. Marcus, Mini PC, Nina, Pat and Emily, Ram, Robert, Robert Green, Rose, Rudy Cruz, Thomas B, Thomas Burton, Udo, Wendy Wiley. Any questions in here, folks? Okay, cool. All right, guys. And would anyone like to see maybe a pro portfolio allocation built out here live? Maybe we'll build out $100,000 real quick. Okay, let's see here. Derek says, I just wanted to say, excellent call. You did a brilliant job. Hope that the others got as much out of this as I did. Many thanks. Awesome, Derek. I appreciate it. Derek, what's your last name too, bud? Okay, cool. And Bull says yes and yes, please. Derek said, oh, Lau. Oh, okay, that's your last name, Derek. That's right. Okay, cool. So Derek Lau. Okay, awesome. Very cool, guys. Okay, cool. And let's go ahead and we'll rock through the build out of $100,000 in the portfolio in just a moment here. Okay. So let's see here. All right, guys, let me get everything set up, and I'm going to go ahead and remove these annotations. Everyone understand kind of what this looks like for future price targets, what we're looking at kind of through the end of the year, and kind of, really kind of over the next couple of years as well. Okay, cool. Awesome, guys. Yeah, I think we explained it well then, Derek, if they didn't have questions, right? I saw you laugh about that. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Ellen says, I'm heavily invested in tech. Do you recommend for me to sell it and then buy TMF, UPRO, and FCX? Yeah, Ellen. So what we're looking at is we're looking at the S&P 500 to get the greatest rotation and momentum into the end of the year. Here, okay, tech is already back to new all-time highs, and let me just let me show you that. That's a really good question. So let me tap on this, guys, and give me 1 second. I'm going to remove these annotations. Okay, and great question, Ellen. I really love your question. Okay, so let's take a look at this, guys. So let's look at, okay, QQQ is basically the index with all of the tech heavy stuff in it. Okay, it's already at a new all-time high. Okay, and man, it traded down into the 19s back. Gosh, that was back in 2002. Really, kind of right after they opened up that ETF. Okay, now let's conversely let's look at the SPY, right? And let's zoom this in a little bit because that's a little wide of a time frame to look at. Okay, but this is what we're looking for, Ellen, for the rotation. Okay, is for them to push this way up and beyond into new all-time highs. Okay, tech. Okay, we can look at XLK too as another is just the technology ETF, right? Man, that's literally as of yesterday, it just set a new all-time high. So what has more room to climb up, would you say, that last chart or this one? So guys, this is a secret of the stock market, right? So what the big traders do is they have to rotate the laggers off the bottom to rotate the entire market higher. Okay, and a lot of people don't really understand this, but so generally, oops, sorry guys, I didn't mean to put that on the screen there. Let me remove this drawing. Okay, and so SPY has a lot more room to run to break out into the upside. Okay, now let's look at UPRO too. UPRO is going to have even more. Okay, and this is where we're in UPRO. So we're looking for UPRO. No joke, guys, to climb back into the 80s in very, very short order. Okay, and that's our 25% long position. Now, the banks are in here and the energy sectors in here. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's take a look at tech. Okay, which XLK is the easiest way to look at that, I think. Right, so that's tech's already past a new all-time high and kind of overbought. Looking at it here, let's take a look at XLF. Okay, which is the banks. Woo, they got to come up. Holy moly! So let's look at that again, guys. Right. So here's technology XLK already in a new all-time high. Here's the banks. Man, they got a lot of catching up to do. Okay, and they tried to do the false breakout earlier, right? Now let's look at energy. Okay, and don't worry about anything on the screen, guys, besides just the bars, right? My technical stuff is really complicated, and to be honest with you guys, I don't even use it anymore. I literally just watch what the Fed's doing. It's so much easier, and they create all the lines anyways, right? Because they've rigged the system. So this is energy, right? Energy still hasn't even came up to its 200 day, right? So yeah, absolutely. We're looking for that to push up. Okay. And really that's the laggard, and what a lot of the largest funds on the planet, a lot of the big retirement funds, guys, they're going to use the S&P 500 to rotate up. Okay. So that's where we want to be, Ellen, instead of what's already overbought. Okay. So yeah, so for us, into the end of the year, we're looking for copper miners, right? And Freeport McMoran. So FCX, we're looking for a huge push over the next few years. And I'm not sure if all you guys were here for this video. So let me create that custom time frame again. I'm gonna go out to 20 years. Okay, we're gonna use our aggregation is we'll use just monthly too, is good. Okay. Actually, let's change that to, that kind of made the chart a little sloppy, but you guys will be able to see the point in here when we go look at it. Okay. So if we look back at 2008, right? Freeport came all the way down, sub 10s. Actually, for 2 months, it was sub 10. Okay, and then it ran as global demand picked back up from 2008. The Feds all turned on the printing press together, globally coordinated. That increased the demand for copper, right? So we went from the 8s up here into the 60s, in literally, not even 2 years time. Okay, so we're looking for something similar in FCX. Okay, yes. So Ellen, our whole thing is, easy money for sure was in tech, right? And it has been for the past while. But now that it's kind of, I would look at it as absolutely overbought at this point. Okay, I think that's where I would be thinking about what's the good opportunity, right? Not tech. I mean, if anything, short tech, short term, right? But we don't really trade short term at all. And I take a look at UPRO, right? And I see that, man, there's a lot of room for this to come up. Okay, and it's breaking back out here on the 200 as well, which is always a nice sign. Just technically, but we don't even care about what the technicals look like, right? Once again, guys, because our indicator came from the people that control the market, not from the technical lines that are produced after the market. After the people that have rigged the market have determined where it's going. Okay, cool. Okay, and anyone have any questions about that, guys? About why we're looking to own the assets that we own now and really for the foreseeable future? Okay, and guys, using this exact same system, so we structured this exact portfolio last Thursday. Okay, and we made 4,296 from last Thursday till today. Now, okay, we structured a much larger portfolio.
Hey, Dean, your mic got really quiet all of a sudden.
Okay, is that better, bud?
Yeah, way better.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Okay, cool. And so this was a much larger account that I structured, guys, on 622. Okay, we allocate 800 at the time. We did allocate another 100 after that because we increased our position size and our portfolio size. Okay, but we've now created $108,000 worth of gains. Okay, and we did it as safely as possible. We had put options the entire time, dragging our profits, right? So you can see right here how the put options are literally, you can see our trade price and where they are now. It's a drag on our profit, guys. But if anything really rolls over on these puts, okay, I know that I can absolutely, sleep safely knowing that my bonds are going to protect me, my gold's going to protect me. Okay, and these options are going to go through the roof if the market really does sell off. Okay, so pretty cool. And the options, once again, kind of act as a bit of a drag, right, on the portfolio. But I don't care, guys, because I just made literally 10, what is that? 10.87% in 29 trading days, ultra safe. Okay, or for this portfolio size, that was good for 108,000 $872. And today actually is the first day, guys, that I crossed 6 figures in profits, and it took 29 trading days to achieve that. Okay. So really cool. So let's see here. And I know a couple of people said, let's see $100,000 build out. Okay, guys. So let's go do that. All right. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to exit these positions, right? I just want you guys to see that that made $4,300 from last Thursday to today, doing the exact same pro portfolio that we're going to build out right now here live. Okay. So just showing you guys here that took, what is that? Let's see here. So that was Thursday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, 4 trading days. So we made about $1,000 a day on our allocation. Okay. And I remember when we set this up, so we actually used 90K. So this performed, guys, by literally 4%, 4 to 5% in 4 trading days. Okay. So yeah, it's better to get these built out sooner rather than later. Okay. And then Ellen was saying, I'm losing on airlines, BA, DA. Yes. Okay. What are your views on this? Should I sell them at a loss or switch to UPRO? Yeah, Ellen, UPRO's already inside of all of the airlines you already own. They're already inside of UPRO. So what you'd be doing by UPRO is you'd be picking up all of the banks and all of the energy companies, right? So that they're going to lift up to the upside too. And really that's going to be the big push in the upside, right? And the airlines are definitely in that group that's been hurt. Okay. But really kind of up to you. And this is what I like to tell people, guys. Look, if you have any, so it really depends on your age. And Ellen, I know it's not polite to ask a lady her age, but I really like to tell people this, really kind of anywhere that they are with the level of risk that's in the marketplace with just the global economic condition. Okay. So I tell people, look, own the top 20 stocks and really that top 15 if you're over 50. Okay. So we're going to look at the top 20 stocks in the S&P 500 really quick. Okay. And that data is definitely really old. Investopedias will be old. Let's see here. This might be okay. This is a date. Yep. This is a good, there we go. Good fresh data here. Okay, guys. So yeah, what I tell people is, look, if you don't own any of these companies, okay, and you're over 50 years old, I'd say you probably have a little more risk than your capital deserves. Okay, so we'll highlight 20 and then so 20 and up. So if you own anything outside of there and you're over 50 years old, you're at too much risk in the current market condition. Hey, Derek, I see your hands up. Go ahead and ask your question, bud. And thank you for bringing a question in here. Okay, cool. And let's see here. Let's see. Yeah. So Ellen, kind of to my point here, right? If you're not holding any of these, I'd say it's a little risky. Okay. And really, out of all the airlines, if I had a single one out, it wouldn't be any of the ones you have. Okay. Hey, Derek, what question do you have there, bud?
Oh, I just made a comment how awesome those gains were over a 4-year period, that even in a fairly safe annuity with a moderate to good growth rate, that's what they would generally see in about 6 months.
Okay. And what was that in reference to? I'm sorry, bud.
About how in 4 days of gains, you had seen a growth.
Oh yeah. What took you 4 years in the annuity to get to?
Well, no, it'd take about generally 6 months. Did you say a 4% gain in 4 days?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. That'd normally be 5 to 6 months in an aggressive annuity.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely, Derek. Derek, how old are you, bud?
I'm in my 40s.
Okay, nice. And did you recently roll out of an annuity, or are you looking to potentially roll out of an annuity?
No, I'm not. My brother's a certified financial planner, fully licensed, and he puts together strategies that correlate and actually outperform and make annuities, the hybrids that are popular today, obsolete by merging that with life insurance and long-term care. It's a much less aggressive growth rate, And that's for somebody that wants to, merge their protections with insurance. So what you have is exponential compared to that.
Okay, cool. Nice, Derek. Yeah. And it's, right. So Ray Dalio, right. His clients, I mean, no annuity on the planet will hold a candle to his returns. Right. And so it's a very similar setup, Derek. And to be 100% honest with all of you, all we have done is mimic Dalio's risk parity strategy. Okay, guys, we were able to look at years upon years of their data, what they're allocated to and how and why. Okay, because we knew some customers working with them. And literally, guys, we just tore it apart. And that's part of how we got to where we are today. Okay. And it's all about the the risk strategy. And risk parity. It's so smart, and it just really gives you an incredible safety net, but it still is going to allow you to have fantastic growth. And the cool thing is too, right, Derek, is every 25K brings you to 59K in total buying power because of the leverage we use, but we're using that leverage ultra safe in our structure and our setup. Okay. Awesome. And thank you, Derek. That was super kind of you, bud. Yeah, no comparison. Still have the safety here, but catch growth that nobody is seeing without the strategy, at least consistently and safely. Wow. Awesome, Derek. Look forward to it. But Derek, how much capital were you looking to allocate to something really safe at this point?
To answer that question, I was looking mainly for a friend and family member of mine. I'm don't have a lot of capital right now. I was involved in a pretty serious car accident a few years back. So my situation is a little unique, but I know some people that could really, really benefit with this. And I'm doing this more or less on their behalf and just learning a ton in the process.
Okay. Awesome, Derek. Well, hey, bud, thank you. And yeah, if they do sign up and you refer them over, we'll send you, we'll send you a little help for doing so. So awesome. All right, guys, let's see here. Andrea, Bobby, Bull, Galaxy A20, Jerry, Gregory Voss, Hazel, John Deducey, Kwame, Mini PC, Nina, Pat and Emily, Ram, Robert, Robert Green, Rudy Cruz, Samsung, Thomas B, Thomas Burton, Udo, Wendy. Any questions, guys, at this point? Okay. Awesome. And John said, thanks, Steen. Time for the achievement with the 25K. Okay, cool. Nice, John. Did you pick up 25K worth of the pro? Okay, and let's go ahead and switch back over to the screen, guys. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to exit all of these. Okay. And in 4 trading days, that did about 5%, as Derek was just commenting, that just smokes any annuity or any hybrid just so many times over. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm just going to go ahead and exit these positions. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close my UGL here, and this is just so I can show you guys, okay, how to build the new structure. Okay, so that produced 4,378 in 4 trading days, but I'm going to go ahead and exit all of these. Okay, and since I know UGL is pretty liquid, I'm just going to go ahead and go market. Okay, the bid, well, actually that bid ask is a little wide. So I'm going to look for my mid price here, which is 26. Is that still a little high? Let's go for 21. That should fill out pretty quickly. Okay. So there you go. That's out. TMF. Okay. Let's see if my bid ask is a little tighter here. A little tighter, but still not very good. So I'm going to ratchet this down to 25. That should find it pretty instantly. Okay. TMF is out. And just like that, guys, I just locked in $4,422 worth of profit. Okay, and let me just look for my mid price here with UPRO. UPRO is a lot tighter, so I'm going to go down to 50 here, and that should fill instantly. Got it. Okay, now I'm going to take my options, right? And all of these options are actually old trades. So I'm going to go ahead and this is old protection that I'm not going to need. So I'm just going to go ahead and create the closing orders here. Okay. A lot of these have really tight spreads, so I'm just getting them closed out when I can here. Okay. And literally team with, you can see how it's 3 clicks to get out of positions, right? So 1, 2. Okay, and I just check everything's right. 3. That's it. That's 3 clicks to get out. Okay, and we were able to bank $4,340 in the last 4 trading days with that portfolio. Okay, now I can see this account has now 104,000, right? So it's easy to see that with only $90,000 allocated, because you can see the equities were only at 90K. Okay, we made literally, guys, 5% in 4 trading days. Okay, now let's go ahead and so let's see here, John. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but if you want to go ahead and raise your hand, I'd be happy to answer any questions you do have. Okay, guys. So now what I'm going to do here is this is what I personally like to do when I build out the portfolio and when I do the changes for everyone here live in the webinar. Okay, so I'm just going to walk you guys through literally how I'm going to restructure this portfolio now. Okay, and that way you guys can see, okay, what this looks like now per 25K, right? So we say, you know, if I'm you, I take a look at my brokerage account. I say, okay, I have $104,000 to put to work that's getting eaten up by inflation today. What the hell am I losing out by not building something ultra safe? Just as Derek was pointing out. Okay, ultra safe, guys. And look, you have your UGL and you have your TMF. Okay, and I'm just going to roll down this and I'm going to get this built out. Okay, so what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to take my 100K. Okay, or technically, let's just do it how it shows here, right? So 104. Okay, 217. I'm going to take that number because that's the cash that's available in my account, in this specific account. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and divide that by 25,000. Okay, that shows me, folks, that I'm going to have 4 tranches. Okay, so super easy. I take this number, like, so I just take 4, right? And I multiply it times 200. Okay, so 200 times 4 equals 800. Okay, so I know I need to buy 800 shares of TMF. Okay, and so what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm just going to type this into the chat box. Okay, so I'm going to type in pro allocation per 100K. And then that way, if you guys want to allocate 100K, you can, or if you want to allocate 200K or 300K or 400K, just, hey, scale it up. Really easy, right? But this is what it's going to look like per 100K. Okay, so it's going to be 800 shares of UPRO, or 800 shares of TMF, I'm sorry, because TMF is first. Okay, and then we're going to look down here. Okay, we understand we're going to multiply this times. Does anyone know what we're multiplying this times? Right? How many tranches do we have available? If we have 104K and the tranches are 25,000, guys, how many tranches do I need? And ladies, so guys and gals out there, how many tranches do I need? And what do I need to multiply this 100 times to get the right number of shares? Robert Green was spot on. Hazel is spot on. All right. Very nice. Yep. So we're going to multiply 100 times 4 because we had 4 tranches. All right. Because 100,000 divided by 25,000 is 4. Right. So now I'm going to take my UPRO. Okay. And I'm going to simply, take 4 times 100. I understand that I'm going to have 400 shares of UPRO. Okay. Nice. Yep. And everyone I saw type that in perfectly correct answers. Okay, cool. And then, guys, I'm going to also have 400 shares of UGL, right? Because we're just multiplying this 100 times 4 again. Okay. And then I'm also going to have, scroll down just a little bit. Okay, 200 shares of FCX. So I'm going to take my 200, multiply it times 4. I'm also going to have 800 shares of FCX. Okay. And so with that, guys, bingo, I'm built out and ready to rock. So let's go ahead and get those all built out. Okay. So I'm going to come over here. I type in trade. I'm just going to work right from the top to the bottom, right? So TMF, I simply type in TMF. Okay. Now, if I type this under the trade grid in Thinkorswim, all I have to do is go to the ask price. I see it's ultra tight. It's within a cent, right? So that's totally good for me. For as far as, I'm not going to sit there and waste my time on any other type of order. Okay. So I'm going to go 800 of TMF, just as it shows in the chat box and just as we figured out with our mathematical structure. Okay. Double check that it is TMF. Yep. TMF. Yep. I do have 800. Perfect. Confirm. Send. And as you guys can see, it takes 5 clicks to get them in. Okay. And that should fill any second here. And since it didn't fill just instantly, what I'm going to go ahead and do, guys, is just cancel it. This would have filled for sure in my real account a little bit faster. And guys, just so you all know, I got a little paranoid. I used to show my real account, but I got really paranoid once we figured out we had 1.5 million hours a month in view time. So I stopped using my real account. Okay. And I just want to be 100% honest with you guys and upfront with that. Okay. So I want to take my order and I'm going to actually sit here and I'm just going to cancel it. Okay. Cause it didn't go through quite fast enough for good demonstrative purposes here. So I'm going to go to I click on the ask, that pulls up the trade ticket, right? Change the notional 100 to 800. Okay. Everything looks good. Okay. Hit confirm and send. There we go. There's the instant fill we wanted. Okay. So TMF is picked up. Okay, now I look what's next. Okay, UPRO, and as I can see in the chat box, UPRO, I'm going to be picking up 400 shares. Okay, so I simply type in UPRO, step 1, click ask, step 2, change to 400. Step 3, confirm I have a tight bid and ask, which I absolutely do, and that's perfect. Hit send. Step 4. I'm sorry, so it's 4 steps in, 3 steps out. Okay, so now we have TMF done, we have UPRO done. Now we're going to go to UGL. Okay, UGL. I'm also going to have 400 shares of UGL. Okay, and I don't know why that. I guess my edit in so 400 shares. UGL. My copy and paste didn't quite work. So just wanted to make sure that everyone's on the same page there. Okay. So 1 click. So type in UGL step 1, click ask. Okay. Step 3, change to 400. Okay. Because we just took this number, multiplied it times 4. Okay. I'm going to look at the bid ask. I do see that it's a little wide. Okay. So I'm going to go for the mid. Okay, and the mid, as you can see right here, is 79.50. Okay, 400 shares, bingo. Now, all I need is FCX, and I'm going to need 800 shares of FCX. Okay, so FCX right here. Click once on the ask, change out to 800. Check my my spread here to see if it's tight. It's ultra tight within 1 cent. Okay, and wow, it's kind of interesting. I didn't get a fill immediately, but let's just do the same thing we did last time. So I'm just going to cancel my order. Okay, go back to bid. And I look at my bid ask. It is definitely tight. I'm going to go ahead and confirm. Oops. Actually, I forgot to change that actually. So this is great too, guys, because you can see how to cancel an order because there we go. So I got 100. Okay, and so now I actually need to add 700 because I forgot to change the ratios there, right? And so no big deal at all. And this one I just add 700. And the cool thing is, guys, the brokers don't even charge you anymore to trade any type of stock or option. So there's literally no cost. And now I have my 800 shares. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. And let's go to our monitor tab, right? Make sure everything checks out. TMF 800, check. FCX 800, check. UGL 400, check. UPRO 400, check. Okay, so we're all good to go on those assets. Okay, now we need to go add our option protection to them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my option protection here. And for you pro folks, specifically, we're using QQQ because we're looking for QQQ to have a little bit of a pullback. Okay, and you can see that happening here live. QQQ isn't performing nearly as well as the S&P 500 is, okay, or as UPRO is. So nailed it, right? And this is why we're going to use QQQ to now protect our position here with UPRO, okay? So I go to QQQ, okay? Now this is you're going to have 5 per 100 shares of UPRO, okay? So I simply go back, I look at how many shares of UPRO I had. Okay, my shares of UPRO. Let's see here. What was that off the top of my head? So UPRO, I'm going to have 400. Okay, so per 400, I'm going to buy 5. Okay, so I take so 4 times 5 is 20. So I'm going to have 20 QQQ put options. Okay, and all I did was take the 5, multiply it times the 4 tranches once again. Okay, or the 400 shares of UPRO. Okay, so that's going to be 20 contracts of the 821 QQQ, 185 put option. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and locate that in my option chain. And guys, if you don't have your option chain drop down when you're looking at QQQ, you may have to click that button to get it set up. Okay, so now that I have my my QQQ all set up, I'm now looking for the 821. Okay, so pretty simple. I just identify that is this month. Okay, August 21st. Okay, those are going to be the monthly put options. Okay, your calls are on the left, your puts are on the right. Easiest way to determine that quickly. And I'm looking for the 185s. Okay, so right here is the 185s. Okay, and as anyone remember how many contracts we're putting on? Because we're multiplying our tranche times this 5 number here. Okay, very cool. And I'm going to go ahead and execute that. Okay, and I'm going to go for the bid price because that's tight spread. Got my protection in. Okay, let's go to TMF is going to be protected by TLT. So I'm going to type in TLT here. And as you guys will know, just like magic, I have the 21 August option chain here because I didn't change it from the last one I just put in. Okay, now my shares of TMF, let's see here, and I just need to double check how many shares I had of TMF. Okay, 800. So that's 800. So it's going to be 8 times 5 here. Okay, which is going to be 40. Okay, so I just look for the 155 TLT. Okay, so TLT, the 155s. Okay, that does have a wide bid-ask spread. So I'm going to go for the mid there at 11. I'm going to change this to 40 because that's the exact allocation, right? Because it's 5 times, I have 800 shares, so it's 5 times 8 in this situation. Okay, going to confirm that. Got my protection there for my bonds. Okay, now I just need to do GLD for UGL. I can quickly check right here, UGL, okay, 400, easy. Type in UGL, okay. I'm looking for my, obviously, once again, I have the 821 option train already pulled down. I'm looking for the 162 put options. Okay. So, oops, I had the wrong ticker up there up top. So just right when I did my double check, that I was looking for GLD, the 162s. That's what showed me that I was on the wrong page there. Okay. So there's the 162s. Okay. And I have 4 times 5. Once again, so I'm going to have 20 option contracts there. So I'm going to change the notional 10 to 20. Go for my mid, 10 cents, already at it. Beautiful. Done deal. Okay. And the last thing I need to do is add FCX. Okay. And oh, you know what? I forgot to actually buy the stock FCX. Oh, no, I did. I did have the FCX. Okay, cool. So I have my shares of FCX, and I do see that I have 800. Okay. So now I go to the option chain here, and hey, once again, 821s, 821s, 821s. We do this for ease, guys. And that way you just, you don't have to do as much work with the portfolio. And we're always looking for this strike that has the most protection for the lowest cost, right? To optimize our insurance and get it for the cheapest, but have the best coverage, right? So you have the AAA at Geico rates. Okay, that's what we're always looking to do with our insurance. Okay, so now for the FCX, I know I have 800 shares. Okay, so 5 times 8 guys, that's going to be 40. So I'm going to be buying 40 of these $11 put options. So go right here. Okay, change this notional 10 to 40. Okay, check my mid price, which is at 7 cents. So I'm going to change that up. I'm going to go for that there. Okay, guys, and that will fill any second here. Okay, and just like that, guys, that's how you allocate $100,000 to literally the safest thing I know of. The only way you could go a little safer is to go into bonds, right? But you're not going to get 22.5% a year out of bonds. You got to have some other positions in there. Okay. All right. I'm going to look through these screens here, and I saw Ryan said 10 minutes. Okay, cool. So guys, we'll see if you guys have any questions here. And Derek says you're definitely not a bragger, as anyone that outperformed their mentors, awesome ones, Dalio and Warren Buffett, will get a lot of mileage out of it. Like your humility, your strategy is a total no-brainer for risk to reward analysis, investment growth rate, guidance through the trade alerts, and to play alongside and even outperform when it matters most, right? When the markets are down. Exactly, Derek. The markets for great mentors, he said, can't lose for the investors looking for safety and exponential gains against inflation or annuities that only allow a 40 to 60% participation rate to the upside and the overall market growth with no risk to the downside. That's also a safe option. This is just not aggressively outpacing inflation. Awesome. Yeah, so awesome, Derek, and thank you very much for the nice comments there. It's always kind of good to hear from someone that's been in the markets for quite a while, right? So yeah, guys, so that is it, and I'm set up. I'm allocated. I have a little over 3K left over. Okay, and yeah, that's set to jet, guys, and that's how easy it is, literally, to build the portfolio. Okay, and if I wasn't trading it, I was just going in and doing the work. I mean, that'd be less than 2 minutes for me. Okay. Hazel said on my iPhone, not properly able to view your cursor. Where did you change your dollar amount with 400 and the other trade? So great question, Hazel. And all I do is I type in an equity up here. Under the underline, if I click once, I just click the ask. And then under the quantity tab here, that's where I take it from 100 to in the case of UPro, I change it to 400, right? And then confirm and send from there. But obviously, I'm not going to do it because I already have that in place. Okay, guys. And this last option contract didn't fill yet. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and try it one more time. And I know off the top of my head, that's 40 contracts. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and confirm and send that one more time. Oh, still didn't fill. So it's giving me a little bit of tight, but that will fill because it's dead in the bid and the ask. So I'm not worried about that fill whatsoever. That will happen before the end of the trading day. Okay, and now you guys can see, right? So my option cost to protect, because we're getting close to the expiration here, was lower. Okay, really it's cost us $670 to insure $100,000 worth of assets. So pretty cool. So our insurance cost is 0.6%, 0.67%. Okay, and then John Nadusi, let's see here. So we had a couple of people have some questions. How do you choose your strike price? Great question, Rudy. It's going to be the strike. So the strike price and date both are determined by what's going to give us the most protection for the lowest cost. Okay. And yeah, we spend a lot of time looking at the strike prices, but just kind of rest assured, Rudy, understanding that we're going to go after the highest level of protection, okay, at by far the lowest cost, okay? And we will change up how we insure depending on volatility too, guys, okay? So you will see that kind of change from time to time. And let's see here, great question too, Rudy. John Nadusi said, thanks, Dean. Almost 60 need the right area to invest. Okay. Yeah, John, so if you're looking to put 60 to work, man, the pro portfolio is beautiful. And then with the other 10 grand you have left over, you could use that to allocate to the option trades in the boot camp. Okay. Awesome, guys. Any questions out there?
It's 10.3.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Yeah, cheers, John. My pleasure, bud. Okay, cool. And anyone need sign up links to buy and holds or for the pro portfolio? And let's just take a couple of minutes to go through this here, guys, and we'll wrap this up. But if you guys have any questions as we're looking at this, just reach out. Okay. Okay, cool. So, and great question, Rudy. Derek, thank you so much for the nice compliments, buddy. That was really cool. And we look forward to helping you, and it sounds like your family members that are looking to put some money to work. Okay, so look forward to that. Okay, and once again, guys, it's kind of the setup, right? This will show you. Oh, there it is. Got the FCX fill. So, like that, guys, we are bulletproof. Oh, and that actually pulled our total insurance cost up to 0.95% to insure 100,000 and four. So 100,000 and $496 worth of equities. Okay, and I got my insurance for $950 total. Okay, so we were able to insure basically for 0.95%. Okay, let's see here. And Robert says, Dean, I was up 12% over 120K, and he said it dropped just a hair before I took the screenshot, but wow, up 11.6% now, started June 23rd. Awesome, Robert. How cool. That's incredible. Okay, Thomas Burton says got 5 in TD, and I can add 5 more into buy and hold. Okay, cool. Very nice, Thomas. So you bought 5 tranches of buy and hold, and then you're gonna get 5 more. Okay, awesome, guys. And is there anyone out there that still needs a buy and hold link that you didn't get one in a message from me? So you guys can get set up with that buy and hold and get the 30-day bonus. Oh, okay, Thomas says he's buying the other 5 tranches now. Awesome, Thomas. Very cool. And I'll be sure to shoot you your the sign up link for buy and hold too, guys, because it isn't on our public pages. Okay, but let me shoot you guys that here now. And Thomas, I have one coming into your messages here now. Okay, so you're all set up. Anyone else need a buy and holds package too that's out there? Or is everyone else looking at pro and a little bit bigger allocation at this point? Okay, and let's see here. And I think I already sent them out to, let's see here, Nina, we sent yours out. Thomas B, we sent yours out. Bull, we sent yours out. Marcus, we sent yours out. Galaxy S9, we sent yours out as well. And Mini PC, we sent yours out. So I think we got all of them out. But guys, if anyone else, okay, Hazel needs the buy and hold too. Okay, cool. Sending that to you now, Hazel. So you guys have that. Okay, cool. Now, guys, let's take just a couple minutes to see. So I think, and please, guys, if you have any questions, right? I wanted to do my absolute best to explain everything to you guys in as much detail, but without getting you confused as possible, right? And that's kind of a tough line sometimes with anything financial. But I think we did a pretty good job at laying out the kind of the 10,000 foot overview, why this is safe and why, kind of, guys, whenever I can, right, I'm putting more money into the strategy. Every time I find another 25K, right, that I don't want to go to inflation, I jump in with another tranche. Okay. And that's the name of the game, right? Save and invest, save and invest. And for me, really, once I had my cushion set up, for me, it was, about a year to 2 years of financial cushion. As soon as I hit that, man, every last red cent I have goes into investing, but safe investments, right? And so I think that's part of why I'm outpacing really 98% of the people of the world my age when it comes to investing. Okay, let's see here. So awesome comments from Robert. So that was really cool. Okay, guys, I see everyone has buy and hold links. Anyone else out there besides Hazel that needed a buy and hold link? And Hazel, you do have yours in your chat box there. So just click on that, guys, and then that way you can get that bonus and you can get started with that membership. Okay, so I think we're all good there. And if anyone has any questions, sweet. Okay, awesome, Hazel. Yeah, and I'm trying to break it down for complete newbies as easy as possible, right? And so I think, guys, the number one thing to take away, right, on buy and hold is, look, these ETFs are going to get you diversity in 500 companies. You have the safest allocation in the world you can possibly have to the U.S. Treasury bond market, okay? And you're also going to have silver, which we're actually looking for that to move a little bit faster, okay, than gold. Okay, so that's why we put it in the buy and hold portfolio, because it does inherit just a hair more risk. Okay, and John asked for a link too. So John, I'm sending you that now. Okay, so you should be all set up there. Okay, guys. So John, the link is in the chat box. My pleasure, John. Definitely look forward to working with you all. Okay, cool. Now, any other questions on buy and hold before we kind of finish out with Pro? Okay, and Mini PC said buy and hold. Okay, cool. Nice, Mini BC. Did you put in your 10K into the buy and hold? Okay, cool. Yeah, and we got to get Ryan off in just a second here, guys, for the next webinar. Okay. Yeah, awesome, Hazel. She said this has been an excellent presentation, more of a true breakdown. Yeah, exactly, Hazel. And that, that's what I started to figure out that people wanted. All right, guys, just a couple things to before we close out here. Okay, and take a look at what our customers have said here. Okay, and when the market crashes, guys, that's when we get these testimonials with this setup. You're not going to be the person that's pissed off in Q1. You're going to be the person celebrating Q1. And Mark having his first six-figure day, Donald having your first six-figure day. Okay, guys. So just real quick, does anyone need a link to the Pro portfolio too to get signed up there? Looks like I think we got all of the buy and hold covered at this point. Does anyone need a link for the Pro? Okay, and guys, if you do have any questions, just send me a text. Okay, my number is 505-322. Okay, 7515. And Andrea, did you want a link to the Pro as well? Or did you need a link to buy and hold? Okay, guys, and just save this number, okay, and just to text me. Okay, so you did need the link to Pro, Andrea? Okay, cool. Awesome. I will send that to you guys. So save this number here really quick. Okay, it's 505-322-7515. Okay, cool. And Andrea, I am going to send that link over to you here in just 1 second. Okay, and then you will be all set up. Okay, and Andrea, feel free to call me too if you do have any questions. Okay, and I'm just going to send you my number as well. And here's also the link to sign up. Okay, and seriously, guys, that is my personal cell phone number. So just shoot me a text or give me a call if you do have any questions. Okay. So, hey, Andrea, it's my absolute pleasure. We look forward to the honor of helping you and your families grow your capital in the safest manner possible, folks. Okay, guys, any last questions? I'm going to go ahead and leave it up one more time, and then we'll go ahead and close it out. And like I said, guys, we can always continue on here. Just call me at 505-322-7515, or just shoot me a text and just say, hey, this is Dean, this is Andrea. I had another question, or hey, Dean, this is Mini PC. I was in the webinar, I had another question. But with that, guys, absolutely look forward to helping you and your family grow your capital in the safest manner possible, guys. And don't forget, okay, cool. And let's see here. Derek says, Dean, you did a phenomenal job. For those new to the call, yes, this is my 4th call, but much better understanding not only of what you're doing, but it makes sense. It is untouchable compared to other options. Awesome, Derek. Let's see here. When the market crashes, it's not good, right? Unless you're in our portfolio, then that's great. Just have some things set aside. hold some metals, but can't eat them. So also have valuable assets outside of that. Very cool, Derek. And thank you once again, man. I think you really got the grasp of the portfolio. In Galaxy A20, did you need a link for buy and hold, or did you need a link for the pro portfolio? And I'll send that over to you right now. Okay. Okay, so is it buy and hold, Galaxy? Okay, cool. Yeah, give me 1 second, bud. I'm going to shoot that over to you. Okay. And guys, make sure you click that link so it brings it into your browser, because we are going to go ahead and close out the presentation in about 10 seconds here. Okay. So guys, just real quick, save my number, 505-322-7515. Text me or call me if you have any additional questions. And guys, we will all see you in tomorrow for the pro portfolio presentation at noon Eastern Standard Time, and look forward to whoever put real money to work, seeing how much you made from today until then. Have a wonderful day, guys.